at the outside of a sold-out Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. It is game one of the Western Conference Final. Windsor Spitfires taking on the Kitchener Rangers. Good evening and welcome to Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV. Guess who's back? Back again, Rangers and Spits. Call a friend. Game one of the Western Conference Final. It's been 367 days since Luke Ellenis scored the game-winning goal against the Spitfires. But put that all in the rearview mirror. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life. And I'm feeling good about the Western Conference Final. You know who else is? Jason Hagholm and Dan Polischuk.
Thank you very much, Sean. Yes, it's a new day. We're going to put a fresh coat of paint as welcome to game one of the Western Conference Finals between the Windsor Spitfires and the Kitchener Rangers. A rivalry between two teams and organizations that it just keeps growing and growing. And if you're a Kitchener Rangers fan, I think you'd put the Windsor Spit rivalry right behind the London Knights right now over the past 5 years, as these teams have now met for the fourth time in the last 5 seasons. And Dan, when you look at this Windsor Spitfire team, they are led by their captain, now New York Rangers prospect Liam Greenree. His wish was to beat Kitchener in the postseason. He gets it now here in the Western Conference Finals.
Maybe some bulletin board material there for the Kitchener Rangers. Who knows? But Liam Greenree has been an outstanding player for the Windsor Spitfires. As you mentioned, team captain for the second straight season. The 20-year-old from Oshawa tied the team lead in points in this postseason with 10 right now, and second on the team in goals with the 5 you see on the screen there. The 6'2" forward. Had 7 points in the first round in that first round series sweep against the Guelph Storm. Interestingly enough, just the 3 points in the second round sweep against the Flint Firebirds. So he'll undoubtedly want to get going a bit more offensively here in the third round of the Western Conference Final. But this is a guy with a lot of great vision. He really allows the play to come to him. He doesn't force all too much, and that's the reason why he's got well over 300 points in his Ontario Hockey League career. And what could very well be his swan song right here, he certainly wants to end on a high note.
And of course, for Liam Greenree, his rookie season in 2023, he was a part of historic 8-1 sweep from the Kitchener Rangers. And of course, last year, as the captain of the Windsor Spitfires, seeing the reverse sweep where the Kitchener Rangers took the last 4 games and won with the Luke Ellenis overtime in Game 7 down in the border city. Nothing would make Liam Greenree more than to win a Western Conference championship over the Kitchener Rangers. We'll see what happens here and what should be an exciting series. And on the flip side for the Kitchener Rangers, Dan, Matt Andonowski, our player to watch, he was on the bright side of those 8-1 sweep and last year's historic comeback victory for Kitchener.
Yeah, absolutely. The Rangers' former captain was part of that squad, and he knows all about this rivalry. The 21-year-old from Markham stands 6'2". He's a big presence on the blue line. We've talked about that with regularity. The Ottawa Senators prospect spent almost half the season with the AHL affiliate in Belleville, and since he's been back, he's been really a pillar of the blue line for the Rangers, paired up with Jared Woolley as a top pairing duo. And interestingly enough, 10 of his 12 pounding minutes came in the second round against the Sioux Greyhounds, as he got mission number 1 was to be patient all over Brady Martin, that top line, and did a really effective job of shutting him down. And aside from the extra sandpaper that he provided, the +5 in that second round series versus being an even player in that first round sweep of the Saginaw Spirits. So obviously the defensive effort and the extra grit and physicality was at the forefront of his game in the second round series. Interesting to see how it translates here in the Western Conference Final now against this powerful Windsor Spitfires offense.
Game one of the Western Conference Finals moments away. We'll now take you down to ice level for pregame ceremonies with the docile tones of Dave Schneider.
And enriched by the enduring knowledge and deep-rooted traditions of the diverse First Nations, Métis, and Inuit in Kitchener today. We recognize the enduring presence, resilience, and contributions of Indigenous peoples in our community. As an organization, we commit to learning, relationship building, and meaningful action toward reconciliation within the sports industry and the broader community. Fans, please stand as you're able and remove your hat for the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by Brian Dunn of our Waterloo Regional Police Service.
Native land, true patriot love, in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Alumni first. We've got some alumni ready to go with the siren over there. Hunter Brustevich, Evan McGrath, and Jeff Skinner in the house, firing up the crowd with the Rangers siren tonight. We're going to have a great time tonight. Number 1 versus number 2 in the Western Conference. These teams have been on the collision course all year. Welcome to all of our friends in Windsor, and welcome to everybody watching on FloHockey. Let's have a good time. Western Conference Finals starts now. Here's Jason and Dan.
Thank you very much, Sean. As we see the alumni in attendance about ready to ring the fire alarm as we take a look here tonight, Dan, at tonight's starting goaltenders.
And for the Windsor Spitfires, if you go to stands, the 20-year-old from Toronto, got a career best 2.16 goals against average in the regular season. One of the reasons why he was a finalist for the Jim Rutherford Trophy as the OHL Goaltender of the Year, currently second in playoff goals against average. At the other end, no surprise here, Christian Kirsch, who's played in every game this postseason for the Rangers, the 19-year-old from Basel, Switzerland. He's been a stalwart, posting a really impressive goals against average, and certainly has been a very calm presence in the crease for the Blue Shirts, as they've now qualified for their second consecutive Western Conference Final.
Hunter Brustevich firing up the crowd here at the Memorial Auditorium. Our officials for tonight's game, the referees will be Pat Myers, Sean Reed, the linesman, Brian Burkhoff, and Dustin McCrank.
Like I mentioned, back-to-back Western Conference Finals, the first time the Rangers have done so since they went to 4 straight in the early 1980s to mid-1980s. It's been a minute, but you know what? Everyone's excited, and it was worth the wait. They're raring to go here against a very well-known opponent.
On the Spitfires, they'll go up front with Greenree, Nesbitt, Spellacy, and on the back end, Robinson and Wyatt Kennedy. The Kitchener Rangers, they've kind of moved their lines around a little bit, but they'll go with Dylan Edwards, Sam O'Reilly, Christian Humphreys, with Jared Woolley and Matt Andonowski on the blue line.
And I think the question mark is going to be this second line. We'll get into that in a bit more detail, but can they get going to help support this first line that has been really lights out this postseason up to here, game number 1 of the Western Conference Final.
Sam O'Reilly wins the opening faceoff, and we are underway with the Western Conference Finals. Costanzo, he throws it there for Robinson. A big check laid by Christian Humphreys. Andonowski will track this puck down and will take the feed at center right. Behind the back pass here for Sam O'Reilly over the Windsor line. Shot on there by O'Reilly, blocked it away by Costanzo. The Rangers, they turn it over, get the turnover, spinning, firing there is Edwards, and Costanzo has to make a good save. As Dan will look at tonight's keys to the game.
Well, for the Rangers, it begins with doing a lot of that. You want to overwork one of the best netminders in the Ontario Hockey League this season, getting his grill, establish that net front presence. And for the Windsor Spitfires, as I mentioned, this top trio of Edwards, O'Reilly, and Humphreys have accounted for almost 50% of the Rangers' goal total this playoffs up to the start of this series. And it's going to be a tough task, but if you're able to find a way to really frustrate them, it's the pathway to victory for sure.
Spitfires win the faceoff in their own end. They try to send it around for Robinson. And now we'll come here for Garden. Ethan Garden. Over the line for Kitchener, or into the Kitchener end. Now for Vilnius. Vilnius will get it to the point. Thought about the one-timer there was Robinson. Now there's the one-time. Pass, shot, score! Right on the doorstep. It's Anthony Cristoforo. And moments into game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, the Spitfires draw first blood.
Anthony Cristoforo with his 3rd of the postseason. And that comes just 47 seconds into game 1. A big rebound given up by Christian Kirsch. No one home to help him clear it away. And right on the doorstep. Doesn't come much easier for the 22-goal scorer in the regular season, as he's now scored in 3 straight games in this playoffs, having scored in the last 2 games in that series sweep of the Flint Firebirds.
Well, give Anthony Cristoforo there his third of the postseason, and now 11 points in 9 games for Windsor. And that is a dream start here for the Spitfires, fresh off 8 days off after they dispatched the Flint Firebirds in the second round, just about a Thursday ago. So what will the Rangers do? They gave up the opening goal in Game 5 just last Friday against Sault Ste. Marie, and they got a goal about 4 minutes back. This was the guy that did it, Cameron Arquette. But the Spitfires, they'll dump this puck and it'll go the length of the ice, and the icing call against Windsor.
Well over 7,200 fans here at the Odd, and they've yet to settle into their seats, and they've already seen the opening tally courtesy of the roadside. And one thing we saw with the Rangers in game number 5 here, a very similar situation where the Sioux Greyhounds jumped out to the early lead. It's that quick response, and we saw within 4 minutes of the opening goal in that one, in the series clincher. We're going to see a bit of a replication here of that.
Well, so the Rangers will hope for get a face-off in the Windsor end after the icing call against the Spitfires, but the Spitfires win the face-off, and getting upended there was Schropp. But McNeil keeps the puck in the Windsor end, but it's going to be an offside call against Kitchener.
Yeah, some pushing and shoving exactly with McNeil, getting into Cole Davis's face a little bit, and you just wonder, it's another big defender, much like Matt Andonowski, not one to shy away from trying to get under the skin of the opposition. Create some sparks here in the early going.
Rangers got the fourth line out there with Vermeulen, Lachar, and Avery Anstis, but the Spitfires again win the faceoff. They'll roll this puck into the Kitchener end as Bilecki will play it around, looking for Lachar. Just gets off Lachar, stick shot on off the stick there of Vermeulen, and now Matt Lachar will lay the body. Lachar will flip this puck out to center ice, where Walton grabbed a hold of it. As the Spitfires get in, backhander just goes wide. Off the end wall there, McNeil. He shuts down his man in Ferron. Now come to the point here for the Spitfires there with Brown. Jonathan Brown sends that puck just wide. Battle ensues for the puck by the boards, knocking down McKeish. That just rolls under the glove of Christian Kirsch.
Couple slashes as another pair of players is McNeil again.
Get into it there with Games.
Montreal Canadiens prospects, and a couple of hacks, but talk about how even this matchup, as many predicting it to go the distance in the 7-game series, is really, even from a historical perspective, these two teams have met a dozen times in the postseason and have a 6-6 record against each other in those dozen matchups. Two great teams and really two great franchises when you talk about fan bases as well.
Andonowski, and the Rangers will try to get it there for Christian Humphries. Now Christian Humphries will intercept and get it out on the wing here for Edwards. Edwards is shot off some sticks and goes high over the Windsor net. As O'Reilly tried to roll it around, O'Reilly will lay the body that time on Wyatt Kennedy. Keeping that puck just back in the Windsor end, though no Ranger could get a hold of it. And that puck leads to an offside call against the Spitfires. Andonowski gives a bump there to Greenree, our two players to watch collide.
As the series opens up, each team has at least one significant injury. The Rangers has been longer term with Luke Ellenis, who, his fans are hoping maybe to see get an Ellenis sighting at some point in this series. Might work out better for him if it does go the distance indeed. And then the Spitfires, obviously, forward Ethan Belchez suffered that broken clavicle back in early March. He's apparently back skating in practice, but who knows when he might, if he even has a chance of returning in these OHL playoffs.
Reed here for Campbell. Campbell, that shut down. Puck just goes over the glove of Cameron Reed, but he pushes it in to the Windsor end. The Spitfires will shoot it into the glove there of Cameron Reed to Carson Campbell. Playing it off the wall once again. Cameron Reed will pick this up. Campbell. Rangers just trying to get going and build some offense. Maybe a little bit stunned after that early Anthony Cristoforo goal from Windsor. That puck went off Cristoforo's stick. Pass just finds a deflection off of one of the Ranger sticks. And Campbell had to go all the way back inside his own end to pick up the puck. As Reed draw this one behind his own net. As Cameron Reed will head up ice, takes off the stick there from Caden Harvey. Reed battling there with Harvey as he driven to the far boards, but Reed able to find a lane here for Campbell. Campbell shot! That's blocked in front by McLaughlin, who's having a great postseason for Windsor.
He closed down that shooting lane really quickly and effectively, sprawling out as Campbell had some clear sight lines. He waited a second too long to snap that one towards Costanzo.
There was a steal there by the Rangers, but it's an offside call as Sherratt thought he had daylight, but into the zone a little early with the Rangers.
Samuel Riley of the Kitchener Rangers, what a playoffs he's had. He's been the catalyst, the leader in a lot of different ways, whether it's offensively from the face-off dot and just his presence on the ice alone. He stands alone for sure in multiple respects, and obviously a target of this Windsor Spitfires game plan.
Well, it's got to be. And 1 year ago, the Rangers, they were in a Western Conference final battling against Sam O'Reilly when he was with the London Knights. So that experience that Sam O'Reilly and Jared Rowley will bring to the table will be huge as the Rangers trying to get a win in a Western Conference final for the first time since 2008 as the Char shot just went wide. Ranger fans want a penalty. They won't get it. Bilecki! His second of the postseason ties the game at 1.
And points in back-to-back games for Alex Bilecki. As that response that we were just talking about a few minutes ago, again, comes at a timely point in this hockey game. The crowd gets right back into it. Bilecki, as he has done all season long, just keeping it simple, but proves that he's got a great release and blows it by Costanzo. Rangers working around and reward for it with the defender capitalizing on that chance. We've got a tie hockey game.
Well, Alex Bilecki, it's his drafter. He is rising his stock here in the postseason. He's made a big play for the Kitchener Rangers in about every game of the postseason. That puck gets deflected into the seats.
He's not on an NHL team yet, but he will be as of this summer. That's without a doubt.
He's a player that's going to be a steal for whatever NHL franchise picks him up in this summer's NHL draft.
Absolutely right. That goal comes less than 4 minutes after Windsor Spitfires had the opening tally.
It's a little deja vu from 1 week ago where the Rangers closed out that second-round series against Sault Ste. Marie. Great response by the Rangers to tie the game at 1 here against the Spitfires to begin the Western Conference Finals. As Andonowski, he'll backhand one that just hits the dasher boards there in the corner. That puck just hopped off the stick of Humphreys. Humphreys was center, was looking for O'Reilly. And it'll come intercepted by Dylan Edwards, who will throw it back in the Windsor end. Robinson able to find Kennedy. And that's Kennedy, nice little dangle, and Windsor's out of their own end. Nesbitt will throw one into the deep corner of the Rangers zone as the Spitfires will go for a line change. So will Kitchener. With just about 5 minutes now gone here in the first period. As Woolley, he'll take his time and just flip it back for the Ranger captain, Greenree. Green with some speed, he'll just float one in that goes off a Spitfire stick into the netting and out of play.
Well, how about the fourth line generating the offense on the Rangers? First goal of the hockey game again. It's Anstis and Vermeulen. And Vermeulen, the veteran, with that sharp-looking pass, tape to tape. And that certainly was a big reason why Bilecki was able to get it past Costanzo. Kept the goaltender moving, wasn't able to settle in. And credit, again, the grinders of the Kitchener Rangers.
What a
creating some offense, and like you said, the vision there for Vermeulen to find the defender in stride.
Stick save made there by Christian Kirsch. Getting a stick into Kirsch there was Ethan Garden. No penalty called. It seems to be a trend going for Christian Kirsch here his first season in the OHL. Lamb, nice move. Lamb on the backhand, couldn't get it to the forehand as Fibiger knocked him off the puck, but Lamb will get this back and send it around here for Pridom. Actually left it. That puck goes off of Pridom from Cameron Reed as Carson Campbell will pick it up. Campbell will backhand around. That just got away from Nathan Villeneuve. Here for Reed. Nice move by Reed. Got around Harvey, then able to find Tanner Lamb. Lamb, he gets over the line. His pass cross ice, broken up, and here's Woodle over the Kitchener line. Carson Woodle for Jakob Fibiger. Fibiger shot that goes off some bodies and deflects wide. Bilecki gets it onto the tape here of Tanner Lamb. Lamb, he's got Hayden Ellis with him as well. Lamb takes a hit as it McNeil can't get a shot away. Battle here now in the near boards in the Windsor zone. That third line on, and Hayden Ellis tries to flip it back. Then they do. Here to Bilecki again. Bilecki fakes it. Bilecki shot. That one went just wide. as Davis able to clear it of his own end.
Well, he thought about it, but unselfish play to find, or try to find a redirect down low with a nice feed.
Good hit laid there by Sherratt, as Harvey takes one as well from Gabe Sherratt. Hayden Ellis wins it back. Here's Ellis' shot. That one went wide. As Bilecki will keep the puck in the Windsor end. Bilecki will send this puck around the Windsor net. And a pinch in here is McNeil. McNeil gets it for Cameron Arquette, and that puck got away from Arquette, as now Harvey will try to play keep away from Arquette. The two 11s on both respective teams. Now Cole Davis. He'll just shoot one into the far corner. Kirsch will knock it down with his stick, as Bilecki will corral it, as both the Rangers and Spitfires will go once again make line changes.
Another great hit from the bottom six, this time the third line, creating some offense. Great to see that trio get going early.
Humphreys, nice dangles below the goal line. He'll bring it up here for Matt Andonowski. Andonowski! Tipped in front by Dang! It's Dylan Edwards, the reigning OHL Player of the Week, shows why, and Kitchener's got the lead in Game 1.
Coming off a 3-point game in the series clincher, he's got the early go-ahead goal in game number 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Dylan Edwards, who's been stellar as of late, shows some soft hands, good hand-eye to get a piece of that shot from the point. Matt Andonowski throwing it towards goal, and it's that net front presence I talked about. Get in the shooting lanes and don't make it easy on the stellar netminder, Joey Costanzo, and the Rangers have gotten the puck by him now twice in a matter of minutes.
Well, it looked oh so good for Windsor just seconds into this first period, but the Kitchener Rangers, they're battle built as that puck gets deflected out of play, as that will take us to break, where the Kitchener Rangers have a 2-1 lead over the Windsor Spitfires here in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. We'll take a break as you're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
When the pressure's on, you need the right law firm, a legal team that protects your goals and drives results. Learners, we are always on your team.
Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
The Ontario Hockey League invites you to join the OHL Playoffs Fan Precision Challenge, powered by Anthem FX and presented by Nissan, where fans make team predictions, compete with other fans, and enjoy the game like never before. Visit OHLAnthemFX.io to join the fun and claim rewards.
Tonight we're going to show you some players who played on both the Spitfires and the Rangers. I'd like to call this picture the Logans. Right there, you got Logan Stanley and Logan Brown. Logan Stanley, 3 years in Winnipeg, ended with Kitchener, or 3 years in Windsor rather. 8 years in Winnipeg, traded to Buffalo this year, played last night. Logan Brown, 4 years in Windsor, then traded to Kitchener at the deadline in his last year. He's played with Ottawa and St. Louis, now playing with the Ontario Reign, along with Francesco Pinelli. Back up to you.
Thank you very much, Sean. Rangers love it. They try to hit the quick stretch pass to Pridom, so he comes back for the puck. Pridom's over the line. Pridom, a shot. Save made there by Costanzo. Rebound nearly came back to Pridom. That puck was steered wide by Connor Walton. Now Garden. He'll try to get it out there for Cristoforo. Cameron Reed will shoot it back into the Windsor, and Costanzo will knock it down. And will leave it this time for Jonathan Brown. Brown will send it back. Brown will head off. As the Spitfires trying to put some fresh legs on, and they will. Cole Davis out here along with McLaughlin. Harvey as well. A lot of stalling there from Jakob Fibiger. Trying to hit the stretch pass. Goes off Davis's stick and trying to beat it out, but it's an icing call against the Spitfires.
Well, Jack Pridom with a couple chances already from an offensive standpoint, and really a big question among Rangers fans is when is he finally going to break that 9-game goalless streak. This is the 46th goal scorer for the Kitchener Rangers in the regular season, led his team in that category. And granted, I think the fact that obviously the Rangers are finding success despite his lack of goals, but he's also putting up points, and the fact that that hasn't stopped with the 10 assists. He's still coming into this game 4th on the team in that category. He's still producing, but more of a distributor at this point, but another element of a game certainly the Rangers would love to see get going here to support that top line, which, as I said, has been so good.
Whittle with some speed. He'll flip this one into the far corner in the Kitchener end as Harvey takes a bump that time from Alex Bilecki. McLaughlin getting into the fray as well for the Spitfires. Rangers trying to dig this puck free behind the Kitchener net. Just trying to glide that puck around is McNeil. He's taking some sticks there from McLaughlin. Hayden Ellis trying to help out as well. Good scrum going on here. And who's going to knock it free and get puck possession back? 11:07 left to go here in the first period. Still going on is this scrum. Ellis throwing a check as well on McLaughlin. Cole Davis throwing the body as well. Fans getting rested, and finally officials will blow play dead.
Some face washes and now a bit of a headlock there as the whistle had already sounded. Things are just starting to percolate on this burner that is the J. Ross Robertson Cup Series. As we're nearing the midway point of this first period, it's already been an entertaining one, with the Rangers getting now 2 goals, 3 minutes 11 seconds apart. After Anthony Cristoforo, who had back-to-back 60-point seasons, tallied the opener here in quick order.
So after no one could win that scrum, the officials blew the play dead. We'll have a face-off in the Kitchener end. McKeish will take the face-off here against Andrew Vermeulen of the Rangers. Vermeulen wins it for Kitchener as Campbell will try to cycle this puck out. Good tip by Ansis. They'll come to Matt Lachar. Matthew Lachar will try to get around Carson Whittle. Whittle will pin Lachar up against the boards. And Whittle got it back for only a moment. Ansis tried to backhand one to the point as another battle ensues here in the near boards. This time in the Windsor zone, Vermeulen digs it free, spinning firing, but that's onto the stick there of Carson Whittle. Vermeulen played that with a high stick. Looks they play on as Vermeulen will flip it into the far corner. Fibiger will get to it first. Fibiger will backhand around, but not out. Came to Cameron Reed at the point. To Carson Campbell. Into the slot for Lachar. Backhander. That one went wide. Avery Ansis takes a bump there from Fibiger. And Whittle will get a hold of it for the Spitfires. And once again, Windsor still can't clear their own end as Reed just shoots one just wide. Vermeulen laying the body as well. Lachar got some hits up high there on McKeish. Battle ensues here. Windsor winning that time, knocking down Avery Anstis. Now the Spitfires want to get going here with Whittle. A little head fake by Whittle. Whittle out on the far wing. Whittle, he'll throw one through the crease that Kurtz just got enough of to steer wide. Rangers clear of their own end. Gaines will track this down in his own end. Got it out for Johnston. Bouncing puck will be picked up now by Matt Andonowski. Andonowski will send it here for Christian Humphreys. Humphreys try to send it around as A.J. Spellis, he's in the fray too for the Spitfires. And it'll come now for Sam O'Reilly. Out on the wing for Christian Humphreys. Humphreys to O'Reilly. O'Reilly pass. That goes away from Dylan Edwards. But O'Reilly will get it back, but just bounced off his stick. And Canes are A.J. Spellis. He will flip it out as Woolley will knock it down at center ice. Edwards will shoot it back in. That gets off the sticks there of Kennedy, but he'll settle it down cleanly. As Greenree here for Nesbitt. Trying to streak in there with Spellis, but it's an offside call against the Spitfires.
I mentioned Carson Whittle's name a few times, and he's been outstanding for the Windsor Spitfires this year. The Bell River, Ontario native, a former 10th round pick, 202nd overall, and a career high in points, assists, and goals in all 68 games this season. Finalist for the Dan Snyder Memorial Trophy for Communitarian of the Year, as well as obviously Defender of the Year. So some hardware may be coming his way yet.
As Andonowski, he will cross ice here for Pridom. Pridom's got a step. Here's Pridom shooting. Pridom backhander shot. That one went just wide. Tried to deke Costanzo out. Now back here for Pridom. Pridom couldn't settle on his stick. It'll come to Lamb. Lamb, he's taken down. Ranger fans want a penalty. They won't get it. Still, penalty-free hockey so far here in game number 1. Romano's got it now over the line. Romano, but it's an offside call against Kitchener. Couldn't hear the whistle as the fans were booing at the call where they thought a tripping call should have gone against the Spitfires after taking down Tanner Lamb.
Yeah, with Pat Myers, neither Sean Reed thought that was worthy of a penalty call here. Let's take another look as Pridom digging in, and he sweeps in, blowing by the defender, and it was Costanzo's stick that got in on the right skate of Pridom, and a great effort there from the Rangers forward. Again, doing everything he has to do, just hasn't had a bit of luck go his way. And you get the sense that he keeps grinding as he has been, it's going to come in boatloads and at the right time for the Rangers and himself.
As Reed battling there with McLaughlin. As the Spitfires, Walton shot, that one just goes wide. As there's a chance for Brown, he'll send it around as the Spitfires couldn't keep the puck in the Kitchener zone. Walton, in the pressure there from Schrott, able to get it to Davis as Hayden also just flipped this one blocker down in the crease by Costanzo. Windsor will get this back, he'll just roll it into the Kitchener end with Harvey as McNeil now clears. Here for Nesbitt, puck bounced off Nesbitt's stick. Nesbitt, he'll backhand one around, trying to get it here for the Spitfire captain, Liam Greenree. They get it to the point now for Robinson. Robinson to Greenree. Greenree shot from distance. That one goes wide. As Bilecki, he gets upended as he was trying to get that puck away from A.J. Spellacy. The Rangers will clear, but Robinson gloves it down, owning the Kitchener blue line there. Good drive here by the speedy A.J. Spellacy, but too fast for himself as he fell down. All here for Humphreys. Humphreys couldn't settle it on his stick. Greenree will shoot this puck back into the Kitchener end. They'll come now for A.J. Spellacy. Bilecki tries to swipe at it and clear, and the Rangers got a hold of it. They'll flip it up here for Dylan Edwards. Here's Edwards on a breakaway. Dylan Edwards shot, save made by Costanzo.
Looking for back-to-back goals, the Spitfires with their rush.
They got a counter-attack back shot. Here's to Greenree. Backhanded one just wide as Perk got enough of it.
Looking skyward.
Hit the netting.
Yeah, he's thinking that he had beat Kirsch or should have in that moment as he got the nice feed in tight. And he got the backhander away. Here's the bank stretch pass, if you will, for Dylan Edwards. And they timed that well. And again, Costanzo standing up tall. An important save in that moment. This building would have gone bananas had Edwards picked up his second of this period.
Would have been Dylan Edwards' 10th of the postseason. And that would have been, as you said, Dan, the roof may have come off the Memorial Auditorium if Edwards was able to score on that breakaway. But that was a save Costanzo had to have, and he makes it to keep it a 2-1 hockey game with his Spitfires just down one.
Now 1 point shy of matching his postseason best of 15 points.
Oh, good work there by Pridom. He forced the Spitfires back in their own room with Fibiger. Fibiger did well to get it off the wall there for Villeneuve. To Christopher, who will shoot this puck in. Villeneuve trying to get a step. Villeneuve will send it around there for Garden. Garden couldn't settle it cleanly as Reed gets it, but not out. Here's to Woodall. Woodall shot. That's blocked in front. I'm at the wall for Villeneuve, who will send it on, looking to get it to Cristoforo, but Cam Reed will get to it first. That puck gets away from Reed as Reed's still working, but Cristoforo, he's boxed out into the corner by Carson Campbell. Puck will come here for Fibiger. Fibiger will try to settle on the stick. Fibiger shot, blocked in front. Comes to Lamb, who tries to clear it, does, able to get the puck out of his own end. Settling it now back are the Spitfires as they'll put some fresh legs on with 6:04 left to go in this very entertaining first period. Trying to hit the stretch pass there was Windsor. Bilecki read that beautifully and broke it up before the Spitfires get the puck to Games. Now Games will get it. Games' little roller there as McKeish trying to get around McNeil. And McNeil does very well. You gotta remember, this is McNeil's just his second game of the postseason after coming back last Friday from an injury that kept him out since February the 16th. Ellis over the line. Ellis fans on the pass. Ellis a shot. There's loose puck. Ball sliding through to make a good save. There was Costanza. The puck came behind the Spitfires net as Windsor will try to march up ice now. Looking for McKeish. He couldn't settle it cleanly as Bilecki got it to Woolley. Puck's just sitting in the Kitchener zone, but intercepted now by the long reach of Jared Woolley. Here's Woolley out on the wing. They goes back perfectly to stay on side. And Christian Humphreys looking for O'Reilly. Puck bounced off O'Reilly's stick, but he'll track it down. O'Reilly. Here's Andonowski. Shot save made there by Costanzo. And the Spitfires still can't get it out of the run. Now they are able to, thanks to Harvey. Andonowski will shoot it in. Costanzo will leave it now for Brown. Brown will send it around off to Andonowski. Tip there, chance there for O'Reilly. Just couldn't get his stick on it. And Woolley's stick again, able to win the puck back for Kitchener. Andonowski's got a step. Andonowski will just roll that puck into the Windsor zone. 4:40 left to go here in the first period. Walton will throw it back for Brown. Brown will take his time. This seems to be a ploy here from Windsor. Trying to get those fresh legs on. They want to slow the tempo down as Kitchener's been in the driver's seat since giving up the opening goal just seconds in to this first period.
Out shooting Spits 9-3 with 4 minutes to go now.
as Kirsch will leave it. Battle there with Greenree into the fray with Carson Campbell. As Reed will send it around or clear that time with Edwards. Wyatt Kennedy gets a hold of it for the Spitfires. Kennedy gets away from the stick work from Tanner Lamb. Greenree will leave it. Trying to get a step that time was Spellacy. He got held up at the Kitchener blue line. Carson Campbell will pick this puck up. Campbell. Nice little head fake there by Campbell. Nice pass by Campbell just out of the reach, though, of Tanner Lamb. That's Fibiger for Christopher. Stretch pass here over the line. It's Garden. Garden, he tries to leave it back, and he's up-ended there and avoided a big hit from Woolley at the last second.
The freight train was coming across, and Woolley almost got a full collision there.
Here's a chance for Campbell, getting a stick in the lane at the last second where the Spitfires. Woolley at the point. Woolley, he'll leave it now here for Campbell. Campbell, he'll throw one through. That's blocked in front that time by Woodall. To Carsons. Knocked down that time by Pridom. Pridom can't get a hold of it as the Spitfires will shoot it back into the Kitchener end with Jack Nesbitt.
Rangers up in arms.
Well, that was a dangerous play by Andonowski. Didn't know where the puck was, but Andonowski recovered nicely.
Absolutely. Could have been a scary moment for the Rangers on that near costly turnover.
Off here for Andonowski. Andonowski off the body of Sherrock. Trying to get a step. Here's Cole Davis. Davis will do it himself into Kitchener territory. Davis will try to wrap her up. Out front. Villeneuve scores. Great response here by the Spitfires late in the first period, and Nathan Villeneuve ties the game at 2.
Villeneuve with the tying tally with 2:47 to go here in the opening frame. Just his second of the postseason, as he hasn't scored since the first game of the first round. Well, he's got his second here in game 1 of the third round on a bullet that just is blown by Christian Kirsch. He really didn't have a chance on this one. He was already down and out, desperately throwing out his blocker arm, but nothing doing, as we've got a 2-2 score line now at the odd.
Well, the Windsor Spitfires, they open the scoring in the first period early. They get a late goal to tie the game here with 2:47 left in the first period. And that's huge for someone like Nathan Villeneuve, one of the 2 big guys they brought in from Sudbury along with Alex Ferran, as they believe those are some of the moves that can get Windsor over the hump and back into an OHL Championship Series for the first time since 2022.
Yeah, the Seattle Kraken prospect, just a 1 point over the 4 games against Flint, the lone assist, but he's got an important goal here.
So Windsor's offside, and that will take us to break as we're tied at 2 between the Rangers and the Spitfires. You're watching Hefner, Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV.
Tavares keeps it going, and it's John Tavares behind the net. Tipping it in front. John Tavares! They finally caught lightning in a bottle!
The Ontario Hockey League invites you to join the OHL Playoffs Fan Precision Challenge, powered by Anthem FX and presented by Nissan, where fans make team predictions, compete with other fans, and enjoy the game like never before. Visit OHLAnthemFX.io to join the fun and claim rewards.
How about Jeremy Bracco, who played with both the Rangers and the Spitfires? 38 goals and 77 assists in 76 games played with Kitchener, then traded to Windsor, where he just went and won a Memorial Cup. He was with the Toronto Marlies for 3 years. Now he's been bouncing around Europe since 2019, currently in the DEL2 with the Regensburg Polar Bears. Yes, Jeremy Bracco. Back up to you.
Thank you very much, Sean.
The Polar Bears and the DEL getting a lot of love as of late, as we've had another alum here in Game 5 of last series.
Some delay here getting the puck drop, but Andrew Ramilin will win it for the Kitchener Rangers. As Reed gets away from Cole Davis out here for Campbell. Now onto the stick here of Cameron Reed. Reed will shoot it in, trying to get to it first is Lachar Costanza. He fanned on that, the pass for Ansis, who got to it, but just wasn't on the tape, or that could have even been an empty net chance for Kitchener. Nice move by Cameron Reed. Reed tries to feed into the slot for Anstis. The Spitfires just couldn't clear. Good skating there by Reed. Gonna come here for Anstis. Avery for the chance for Vermeulen, and they just couldn't settle it cleanly.
What a job, Cameron Reed, dancing around the zone, digging in, keeping that puck alive momentarily, albeit, but still, great effort as he's back patrolling the blue line.
Here's Vermeulen. He's looking for some vision, so instead he'll send it to the point for Reed. Reed back to Carson Campbell. Campbell, a shot that gets deflected wide. The Char trying to draw a penalty, and a scrum ensues as one of the Spitfires wrapping up Vermeulen.
Just jumping in to put the bear hug on him. And that was Jonathan Brown coming, using his frame, and he was put on by like a coat on the Rangers forward. Pretty easy to do with the smaller stature in Avery Anstis, but he's got a point in tonight's game, as we mentioned earlier. Part of the setup for Alex Bilecki's goal.
Well, the officials just say boys will be boys, and we play on here with 1:42 left in the first.
They certainly don't want, neither of these teams want special teams to be a factor in these head-to-heads, and probably one of the reasons why we've yet to see a penalty go either way. Still early, but they've shown good discipline up to this point.
Nesbitt nearly overskated the puck, and his pass to Robinson wasn't as clean as he would have liked it to be. Woolley here for Andonowski. Takes a check from Liam Greenree. Spitfires will get this puck back. Nesbitt will spin and fire. Tipped there by Greenree, but he sent it wide. Greenree overskated the puck. Andonowski may have knocked him off the puck. Come here for Christian Humphreys. Humphreys will backhand the puck out of his own end, as Robinson will corral it. Spellacy will send this into the Kitchener end, as Woolley will get to it. Send it around his own net here for Christian Humphreys. Humphreys for Andonowski. Now to O'Reilly. O'Reilly over the line here for Humphreys. Back to O'Reilly. Chips in front there. That one just went wide from Edwards.
Maybe trying to catch Costanzo napping a little bit there with a shot from an almost impossible angle.
Garden trying to glide up, poked off the puck by Pridom. Pridom upended though by Fibiger, and Villeneuve takes a shot there from Matt Andonowski. As the puck's kept in that time by the Spitfires with Anthony Cristoforo. Andonowski will send it around here for Cameron Reed. I'm just trying to get one last rush here with just 31 seconds left to go in the first period. Costanzo will come out to play it. He'll send it around here for Fibiger. Up ice, the Spitfires go with Cristoforo. Garden will send this bouncing puck into the glove, though. Kershaw throws it out onto the wing for Cameron Reed. Cristoforo lays the check from behind there on Carson Campbell.
It's Cristoforo feeling more of the effects on that one, though, as Campbell popped right back up.
Reed, here's Pridom. He'll cut. Here's for Campbell. Out on the wing. Chance for Romano, and he fanned on it. Puck is loose around the crease, but the Spitfires clear, and that will do it for period number one. A very entertaining first period that sees the Spitfires and Rangers tied at 2.
4 goals in a very entertaining first period. As we head back to each respective dressing room, deadlocked at 2 apiece, as it's 2 goals for the Spitfires, is 4 shots, and 2 goals for the Rangers on 9 shots.
And when we come back from break, our Sean Fafar will talk to the Windsor Spitfire captain and New York Rangers prospect, Liam Greenree, as you're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV.
The Village Caterer provides catering and services for all occasions, from business lunches to backyard barbecues, and to large events like weddings and community events. Let the Village Caterer help you make your event one you and your guests will never forget. Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArrivalLive.org to find out more. Arrival Live. Drive sober.
Hello, just want to remind you that Lions See the Bingo is on Mondays here on Rogers TV, starting at 8, running till 9.
And we're off like a herd of turtles.
Holy sugar gold 29. Same great show, lots of prizes given away, and lots of funny little trivia along the way. Please join us, 8 o'clock every Monday, right here on Rogers TV.
My name is Aaron from Monster Heat on YouTube, and if you love extreme challenges like I do, you'll get to witness some of this. See, over here at Monster Heat, we do it all, and you can watch it all on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV. Spitfires and Rangers tied 2-2 after one period of play. I'm down here at ice level with Spitfires captain Liam Greenree, and we're expecting this to be an evenly matched series after 20 minutes. Man, this is great hockey so far. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, it's been a long ride to get to the conference finals, and you know, we were all excited in the room for this. So you know, we just got to keep our head down, go to work, and you know, keep playing our way.
The last time you and I spoke right in this exact spot, you told me how badly you wanted this in the playoffs again. You've only got 20 minutes into a potential 7-game series, but how are you feeling about it?
You know, obviously Kitchener's a good team, and we know we got to play good, and you know, it's going to be a huge game here today, and you know, this is game one, so this is the start of a you know, a war between us, and you know, it's just getting started for us.
Despite the fact that some of the scores have been tight, I would argue that the Spits haven't really been challenged with an 8-0 record. How are you feeling having 2 sweeps in the first 2 rounds?
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you look at Flint, they're a good team. They obviously finished like a point behind us in the standings, and obviously gave us home ice, which was huge, and they were a good team, and you know, we played our game, and we were dialed in every single game, and you know, we played our game, and obviously we came out you know, with a nice sweep, and you know, on to the next.
Windsor is an excellent hockey team. Kitchener is an excellent hockey team. You're the captain of this team, Liam. Tell me why Windsor's going to come out ahead in this.
I think we just we play a little heavier game, I think. They got a lot of skilled forwards, a little skilled forwards, so if we play heavy, play hard, and stay on them, you know, get under the skin a bit, I think we can win.
We're excited for a great series. Good luck, and thanks for taking time on this.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, alumni interview coming up right after this.
The Village Caterer provides catering and services for all occasions, from business lunches to backyard barbecues, and to large events like weddings and community events. Let the Village Caterer help you make your event one you and your guests will never forget.
Hey everyone, it's Sean Ferfaro, your host for This Week in Rangers Nation. We are back for Season 2, and we're going to bring you everything you want with your Kitchener Rangers. We'll have exclusive highlights, game analysis, we're going to have special guests, alumni interviews, and so much more. And because it's me, we're always going to have a little bit of fun. Make sure you tune in for This Week in Rangers Nation every Friday at 6:30 on Rogers TV.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivallive.org to find out more.
Joel Sherbino and the Paris Community Church helped connect life with faith through their program, Sundays for Paris. Hear sermons, listen to hymns, experience all that the Paris Community Church has to offer. Sundays for Paris, Sundays at 10:30 a.m., right here on Rogers TV.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV. You saw the siren off the top. Hey, why not bring a champion back home? I got Evan McGrath here with me. Evan, it's so great to have you back here at the Odd. How does it feel?
Always coming back here is always nice. So to see the fans again, to see the atmosphere of a playoff game like this, brings you back a lot of years in a lot of positive ways, and really exciting. Always a good time.
You got to do the siren over there with Hunter Brustevich and Jeff Skinner. I love that it's 3 different eras of Rangers hockey. How did it feel getting the crowd fired up?
You know what, just talking to those guys before, the little stories that we all had that were in different ways but so similar, it feels like they were teammates, but we didn't even come close to playing together. So that's what Kitchener does to you. That's what the Rangers organization does to you, and that's why it's so much fun to come back.
It's been so great having the alumni parade here the last few games, the entire playoffs. Some of your teammates were here. Derek Roy, George Halkitis were here. What does it mean for your team to have such a legacy here in Kitchener?
Yeah, we had a great group of guys, and I'm even hosting an event in a couple weeks where I have 3 or 4 of them coming back to show their support. So I think it's something that Kitchener just rubs off on you. The organization, the way things are run, the way things are grown, it's special. It's special.
I know you got a chance to see the facilities in there. Now, you had great facilities when you were here, and you guys won a Memorial Cup. What advantages do this era of players have now with facilities like this?
Yeah, it's top-notch, and they're walking through, seeing the changes. I feel like every time I come back, there's changes, but in a super positive way. Like I said, that's just the Kitchener way, and it's a positive way, and it's exciting to see for these players what they have.
This is a really good hockey team on the ice and in that room, and they keep telling me how tight they are. As a champion, Evan, what advice would you give to this team on how they can accomplish what you did in 2003?
You know what? It's just about compete at this point. There's a lot of good players on the ice. It's about competing for each other, and we had a group in 2003 that just wanted to win. We competed and we did what we had to do for each other, and the little details. So compete and the good things will happen.
I found out before the game that you skate and you do some work with Matthew Lachar. Tell me something maybe I don't know about Matthew Lachar, maybe about his work ethic.
Matthew I've had since he's been 11, 12 years old. He's a special kid, an absolute pleasure to teach. Just comes with a special attitude. So he's been a lot of fun to have. Even to this day when I see him, I give him a big hug, and it's special, right? So you grow special relationships. To see him succeeding the way he is, he deserves it, and I'm happy to just see his success.
Evan, it's great to have you back here. I know you got your billet brother Chris here. I know you still keep in touch with your billet family. Welcome home. It's so great to have you back here at the Odd.
Thank you very much. Awesome to be back.
Stick around. We got another alumni, Hunter Brustevich, coming up right after this.
We invite you to play What's My Line?
Welcome, Mrs. Baker. Those folks over there need to guess your extraordinary occupation.
Are you an entertainer, Mrs. Baker?
Yes.
Do people come to watch you perform?
Yes. Do you travel for work? Yes, I do.
Do you ever wear a special type of costume?
Yes.
Is your job, physical?
Yes, indeed.
Are you a member of a team?
Yes. Are you a professional baseball player? Yes, I am.
Created during the Second World War, the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League included 68 Canadians. One of its brightest stars was my mother, Saskatchewan's Mary Bonnie Baker, a pioneer for women in sports.
Hey everyone, it's Sean Ferfaro, your host for This Week in Rangers Nation. We are back for Season 2, and we're going to bring you everything you want with your Kitchener Rangers. We'll have exclusive highlights, game analysis, we're going to have special guests, alumni interviews, and so much more. And because it's me, we're always going to have a little bit of fun. Make sure you tune in for This Week in Rangers Nation every Friday at 6:30 on Rogers TV.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey and Rogers TV. Hey, man, I get excited about alumni interviews, but Hunter Brustevich is here. Man, do we have a history. Boy, it's great to have you back. How good is it for you to be back at the Odd?
It's great. See some old friends, some old coaches, and obviously you. That's always good, and see the crowd. It was pretty pumping before the game.
It's great to fire the crowd up with the siren, but this is the first alumni since we got the siren that grabbed the microphone and fired the crowd up, and you have a history of grabbing the microphone from people in this place. What was it like getting 7,000 people riled up?
It was fun. You know what? You're wrong on that, because Simon Motu and Puggy, they had the mic before.
You're correct.
But I did have to show Simon up for sure. I think I did a better job.
Yeah, so I know you got to see the new facilities, and I talked to you a bit before the game. You were like, man, I wish I had this stuff in here. How impressive is this new room?
It's crazy. Me and Simon were joking about it before. Like, we really wish we had it. It's a great resources. I mean, I can't think of anyone that wouldn't want to come here.
When you come in and you see those 6 historic moments on the wall, and you see the upset, the 1 versus 8 that you were part of, what does it mean to motivate Rangers of the future on that wall?
Yeah, for sure. I think anything should motivate you. I think just the history of the organization should motivate you. There's always, remember, don't forget the past. Basically, that's what it's in the locker room. So I think you always remember who left it good for you, and you try and leave it better and better each time.
You've been carving your path out in Calgary. 34 games with the Flames this year. How's life in Calgary? You got a new arena coming up. Take me through your first NHL goal. How'd that feel?
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, Klapka picked me up like I was his little kid, but it was so fun being up in the NHL. I mean, if that doesn't motivate you anyways, I don't know what does, because that's pretty cool.
You really enjoyed your time here in the OHL. How did your time here, Hunter, help develop you, not just as a professional player, but as a human being, as a man, right?
Yeah, I was fortunate to be around some good people. Obviously, the coaches were great, and our second year, the coaches were unbelievable. They made it really feel like a family in here. I mean, obviously, with my billet situation, it was Simon Motu, so he was really fun to be around, and he helped me along the way.
You guys had the billet. You won the billet lottery. With no offense to the others, but Rick and Janice, those are two of a kind. Okay, last question for you. I'm interviewing Matt Andonowski in the second intermission, your old defense partner. Give me something to ask him. Give me something to ask playoff Ando.
Why did he turn so good?
How did he become so good? We'll see if his answer is from playing with number 4 that entire year. Hunter Brustevich, everybody, best of luck in Calgary, and welcome home.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate you doing this.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
The Ontario Hockey League invites you to join the OHL Playoffs Fan Precision Challenge, powered by Anthem FX and presented by Nissan, where fans make team predictions, compete with other fans, and enjoy the game like never before. Visit OHLAnthemFX.io to join the fun and claim rewards.
Ani, I'm Carolyn King, and I'm a member of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the creator of the Moccasin Identifier. Philip Cote, an artist in Toronto here, took and redrew real moccasins. We're starting over with the children. The idea is that they would research whose land their school is built on, near, or what treaty area they're in. And the educational kit that we have has all that information in there. And the children just, love it. My dream is that this province will be covered with moccasin identifiers within the next decade, and they will forever know whose land they're on. That's the goal. Educate and awareness with a nice, simple little program called the Moccasin Identifier.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Aging Well brings you conversations with experts to help empower your golden years with enthusiasm and optimism. Don't miss Aging Well with Angela and Alice Liu, Mondays at 7 p.m.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey. Thanks to Hunter Brusevich and Evan McGrath for taking time with us. Jeff Skinner is here as well. We're going to have him in the second intermission, so stick around in the second intermission. We're going to talk to Jeff Skinner after our player interview. All right, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Both games in the OHL going on this evening. The other game in the East right now, it's Barrie and Brantford. They are tied one goal apiece, and Brantford leads that series 1-0. All right, let's get set for the second. Here are Jason and Dan.
Well, thank you very much, Sean. And just like out in Brantford, they're tied at 1. Well, we're tied here at 2 in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Windsor Spitfires and the Kitchener Rangers. And Dan, that was a very entertaining first period, as the Spitfires, they got the opening goal of this series just 47 seconds in, thanks to Anthony Cristoforo. But once again, the Rangers showed great resilience, great response, though the Spitfires had a counterpunch of their own, getting a late goal before the end of the first intermission, or for the end of the first period, thanks to Nathan Villeneuve.
Yeah, they bookended the period of goals with the first and the fourth, while the Rangers got Al Spilecki rolling, or back on the stat sheet for that matter, as he has as of late with a bit more frequency. And then who else but Dylan Edwards to give the Rangers the lead for the majority of that first period. Leading the team in shots on goal coming into this one. No surprise that he's been lighting the lamp with regularity as well, especially in this last series against the Sioux Greyhounds. He's dialed in at the moment, and it's carried over, thankfully for the Rangers, to at least Game 1 of this Western Conference Final.
Well, the Kitchener Rangers, this is a team that really they've taken some games over here in the second period in the postseason. We'll see what the Windsor Spitfires can do building off that tying goal, thanks to Nathan Villeneuve, as we're moments away from the puck to drop to begin the second period here in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Puck is down, and we are underway as the Spitfires win the face-off with Jack Nesbitt. Now Kennedy, he'll shoot this puck into the Kitchener and right on the stick, though, of Jared Woolley. Spellacy got that away from Sam O'Reilly. Christian Humphreys, he takes a hit from Nesbitt. Here's Greenree in the slot, sliding through to break that up was Woolley. That puck nearly came back for the Spitfires, and they will corral it here at the blue line, at the top of the point with Kennedy. Around looking for Spellacy, couldn't find him. Robinson gets the puck first. Spitfires will center on. Here's Greenree in the slot for Spellacy, and that puck just deflected wide.
A good shot block and a good stick. Solid defensive play all around for the Rangers in their own zone as they get it out to center ice now.
That's Dylan Edwards. He's into the Windsor end. Edwards, nice spinorama move, but couldn't make a shot out of it as he was trying to create the separation there from Kennedy.
And Kennedy did well to keep Edwards in front of him, and then ultimately pinning him against the board. There's a rebound given up, though.
Nesbitt couldn't get to it. Is now O'Reilly here for Humphreys, or Pridom, excuse me, but Pridom fell down. And the Spitfires will get this puck back with Nathan Villeneuve. Villeneuve over the line. Here's Villeneuve. That puck got away from him as Carson Campbell will throw it off the wall, but Cristoforo keeps it in the Kitchener end. That puck takes a deflection. Pad save made was there by Kirsch. They'll come to the point for Carson Woodall. Woodall, he'll throw one through. That just goes wide. Romano got a stick on the lane there to knock it away from Fibiger. That puck takes a bounce as the Spitfires trying to corral it, and they will this time. Flying in is Robinson. Cristoforo will try to help out as well as McNeil gives some cross-checks to the back there of Anthony Cristoforo. Carson Campbell got his man tied up, but the Rangers will get this puck back with Andrew McNeil. McNeil will flip it up. It'll bounce away from Pridom and come to Carson Woodall. Woodall, he wants a stretch pass there for Villeneuve. Couldn't find it, but it's going to be an icing call against the Spitfires.
Good job again by the Rangers, keeping that shot total down for the Windsor Spitfires in the opening frame. Granted, you have to get Spitfires credit for getting the two past Kirsch. One right off the hop, off a big rebound, and the other with some tough or lacking defensive zone coverage to help out their goaltender who made the initial save. But for the Rangers, for the most part, it's been a story thread. There's low shots, that is. 32 shots is the most that Kirsch has faced in these playoffs. He's, of the goaltenders remaining, he's probably been the least busy.
Pilecki with a great chance right off the face-off. Hit it high off the end glass in the Windsor end. As Harvey can't get away. Rangers will get it back. Sherratt from a sharp angle. Save made there by Costanzo. He wanted to glove it down. But it picked up ice this time with Fibiger. Bilecki will intercept, stick up high there from Bilecki into the mouth of Cole Davis. No penalty called. The officials letting the guys play. Sherratt throws it through off the glove there of Costanzo. The Rangers couldn't pounce on the rebound. That puck nearly came back to Bilecki, but it will come here for Ellis. Ellis shot off some stick. Ellis is swinging a miss. Had an open chance as a stick that got a high up there in Fibiger, who is down in some pain.
That's one of the best defensemen on this Spitfire squad. Fibiger, the Kraken prospect, as the trainer is hustling out there to have a look. As he's clutching at his face right now in the corner, and some cause for concern. But now he's up, and a good sign as he looks to be okay. A little shaken there as he took that. It looks to be at the side of the head. And he'll get a closer look at the Spitfires bench now as he heads off.
Well, that was some bated breath there for Spitfires fans and the Spitfires team, as Jakob Fibiger is a big defensive asset they acquired at the trade deadline from Brampton.
One half of that big shutdown duo alongside Woodall.
Interestingly enough, no penalty called as well. Officials really letting the teams play right now.
And I kind of wonder whether they just missed it completely, too.
It wasn't a mad scramble. I didn't see it happen live, but did see Fibiger down on the ice. Good to see he was able to get off the ice in his own power, though.
As Nesbitt's stick blew up there before he took this draw, or as he attempted to take the draw, and it looks like he's going to get waved out, too.
Yeah, Nesbitt will watch this face-off as A.J. Spells will try to win it here for Windsor against Sam O'Reilly, and then Dylan Edwards' stick explodes as he tries to take a whack there at Jack Nesbitt. They don't make sticks like they used to, Dan.
No, they don't, and they're a lot more expensive than they used to be.
That they definitely are. As now Dylan Edwards got a fresh set of lumber, Jack Nesbitt's got a fresh set of lumber, and maybe we can finally get this face-off. So with that, it causes O'Reilly to come out of the face-off circle, and it'll be now Humphreys against Spellacy.
Each team's accountant hearing cha-ching, cha-ching with back-to-back snap sticks. Be nice to get this face-off down.
And Brian Burkhoff going to drop the puck here, and the Spitfires win it with Spellacy. March up ice, out on the wing. There's Greenree with a burst of speed. Greenree gets around his man. Greenree will drive. Greenree poked off the puck at the last second. He'll get it back. Puck, though, in the skates of O'Reilly. As Kennedy will shoot it back into the kitchen end. Christian Kirch will play. Greenree going so fast he may have blew a tire and slid into the far boards.
Doing all he can just to protect himself as he went in hard to the side boards. That was after an impressive rush, showing some good speed and slipperiness there.
As Woolley got it back for only a moment. Andonowski will show off some good steal, but turned it over that time for Nesbitt. As Nesbitt, he'll throw one cross ice that hits the netting and goes out of play.
Our player to watch there was being watched by the Spitfires, and they were able to create a turnover, unfortunately unable to capitalize on it, as he dialed that puck right onto the tape of the oncoming forechecker for Windsor. They'll get an offensive zone face-off, though, as the Blue Shirts will get a wholesale change and send out the fourth line, who obviously contributed and created that first goal of tonight's hockey game for the home side.
Well, a little delay here before we drop the puck.
It's been slow moving to start the second period, not like what we witnessed in the opening 20 minutes play.
That period had so much action, but didn't move as fast as I think you would think, but the action will help with that. As Kennedy will throw an in, stick save made there by Kirsch, who leaves it now for Bilecki, who got away from Ferrand. Now for Vermeulen. Back to McNeil. McNeil off the wall to Char will just flip it in to the Windsor zone. Robinson will backhand it here for Cole Davis. Or for Villeneuve, excuse me. Now here for Anstis, who shoots it in. Playing it now is Costanzo, as he left it. Now Ferrand. He turns it over to Anstis, but Anstis fell down and couldn't make a move on the puck, as now that battle ensues in the far boards, and that puck just gets through the legs of Romano. So pushing forward, there are the Spitfires with McKeish. Anstis will play it on the far side in his own end. All for McNeil. McNeil, he'll slow the tempo down, and the Rangers will take a page out of the Windsor playbook in the first period. As now McNeil ready to head up ice for the Rangers. Here for Bullock. Costanzo will get it off there for Walton. Walton will send it back. The Fires weren't quite ready for it, but good whack there by Vilnius and able to get it out. Trying to get a step there is Cristoforo. Cristoforo knocked down nicely by Carson Campbell. And Campbell able to send it around looking for Lamb. Lamb couldn't make a play on the puck as Vilnius will grab a hold of it just inside his own zone. As Vilnius knocked down, came to Cameron Reed. Now back to Carson Campbell. Campbell will cross ice will be played here by Pridom, but it's going to be offside against Kitchener with the stick tap there from Romano.
Rangers did well in that first period. There were a couple of rushes where they really showed some impressive skating ability to toe the blue line. That time, though, had it snuffed out as they just couldn't get it all coordinated heading into the offensive zone. And just the 4 shots combined up to this point, neither goaltender really being challenged in the early going of this one. Got some more pushing and shoving with McLaughlin and Arquette.
Obviously, these teams know each other very well, and now we're in the second period, but you still feel right now a bit of the feeling out process, the nerves, especially with the stakes of what this series mean. Starting to feel that maybe a little bit right now here as we're approaching 5 minutes gone in the second period.
Well, neither team want to make a mistake, although the Rangers trying to jump on one here.
Arquette threw one out in front, just the Rangers couldn't get to it. Harvey, the cross-ice pass, that one's off the mark. But now it'll come to Cole Davis. Davis over the line. Davis will try to drive around Campbell. Davis will stop. Davis has that puck just get away from Davis. His pass goes off some Windsor skates. Peeling back now is Cameron Reed. Reed, nice skating by the Ranger captain. Here's Reed over the line. Reed, nice move by Reed. Here's Reed still with it. Couldn't drive forward, but still with the puck on his stick is Cameron Reed. Reed playing keep away from every Spitfire on the ice. Ellis will leave it now for Sherratt. Gabe Sherratt, he gets upended there by Carson Little. Puck is still loose. The Rangers get it to the point. Out in front, chance there for Arquette. Couldn't settle on his stick. Arquette gets away from Little. It'll come here to Andonowski at the point. Matt Andonowski. Here, one-timer by O'Reilly, and that one just went wide. That puck just got away there from Dylan Edwards as the Spitfires try to clear him. That puck hopped off the stick there of Woolley. Rangers have to regroup at center ice. O'Reilly got a stick on it, but came to Cole Davis for the Spitfires. Puck will be into the glove there of Kershey. Keeps the play going as the Spitfires go for a line change. Andonowski, he'll stop at the red line and he'll just roll one back into the Windsor zone. Spitfires now with Kennedy. Kennedy getting on the stick there. Greenree back here for Jack Nesbitt on the near boards. Nesbitt, he takes a hit, comes to Greenree. Greenree fans on the shot as Andonowski tried to poke it out. Flying in the air there was Robinson. Nesbitt a fan on the one-timer chance. Now the Rangers, they'll counterattack back the other way with Christian Humphreys. Humphreys, he's got numbers. He gives it here to Woolley. Woolley, that's in the skates of Nesbitt. Woolley keeps it in the Windsor end. Woolley, he'll go cross-ice, playing it off the wall, will now be Dylan Edwards. Edwards, he's trying to get around Nesbitt, and he does. As Dylan Edwards had that puck just get stuck in his skates, and the Spitfires will get it back. As Kennedy will clear, or almost clear. Humphreys did well try to keep that puck in the Windsor end. Battle ensues there at the far boards. But it'll come for the Spitfires, looking to get Greenree. Greenree a step. Greenree takes a bump there from Matt Andonowski. And Greenree will fire a check right back on McNeil. Getting away there is Nesbitt. Nesbitt with a chance, and there's a penalty coming up. And the first power play of the game will go to the Windsor Spitfires. It'll be a holding call against Kitchener, and Windsor will get a power play when we're back from break. Still tied at 2 between the Spitfires and the Rangers as you're watching Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
When the pressure's on, you need the right law firm, a legal team that protects your goals and drives results. Learners, we are always on your team.
Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
The Quintessence Coalition brings you immersive experiences and conscious collaborations from artists across the country. Don't miss the sights, sounds, and spirits of the Quintessence Coalition. Saturdays at 8:30 p.m.
Check out this goaltender that played with the Spitfires from 2011 to 2014. He then played a season in Kitchener, ended his career in Barrie. Let's switch it and show you now. This is Jordan DeCourt, the Rangers goaltending and video coach who played for both of these teams. Back up to you.
Thank you very much, Sean. And Jordan DeCourt has done some great work with many of the Rangers goalies that have come through this organization. As the Spitfires will get the first power play here of the Western Conference Finals. The Spitfires got the 6th best power play overall in the postseason at about 29%. Rangers the 3rd best penalty kill in the postseason at 87%.
As Andrew McNeil sits down, 2 or less as we near the midway point. And Windsor looking for their second lead of tonight's hockey game.
The Spitfires, they'll pick this puck up. That pass looking for Harvey was broken up by the Rangers, and Pridom able to knock this puck out of his own end. As Andrew Robinson will pick it back up for the Spitfires. Out here for Harvey. Harvey over the line. Harvey will try to cut himself. Good step by Harvey. Nice skating by Harvey. Harvey, his passing attempt went off the skate of Carson Campbell and ricocheted all the way back into his own end. As Villeneuve will pick this puck up for Windsor. Here's Villeneuve over the line. Villeneuve will peel back. Villeneuve cross ice here for Harvey. Harvey. Give it back for Robinson to Harvey. Now here to Robinson again. Robinson for Harvey. Harvey to Robinson. Robinson shot. That goes off some sticks and just trickled wide as Garden got a piece of it, but couldn't secure it on net. The Rangers clear. 1:02 left to go in this Windsor power play. As Robinson will leave this for Carson Woodall. As Woodall will begin the rush back up ice for the Spitfires. Woodall will just shoot it in. Will come around but right on the stick here of Woolley. And Woolley able to get it now and get it to Pridom. Pass just goes wide. That was actually Sherratt. As Sherratt and Romano will head off. 37 seconds left to go in this Windsor power play.
As deadly as the Rangers have been offensively short-handed, still no shorties in this postseason as they flip it out again. Pridom on the chase.
Well, it was Fibber that made the pass, so good to see him back out on the ice for the Spitfires.
Spits fans breathing a sigh of relief there as this one sent the link with 20 seconds to go on the power play.
And puck got away from O'Reilly. He's tried to send it back for Pridom. Over the line of the Spitfires. Here's a shorthanded breakaway coming for Sam O'Reilly. O'Reilly, he fired it one. Right, came back for O'Reilly. O'Reilly is centering pass. Big blast by Pridom, and he sent it high and actually hit the traffic in front. But the penalty is over. We're back to 5-on-5. Greenree the move. Greenree chance for Nesbitt. That puck was in between his legs. Couldn't get a shot away. Driving wide. There is Andonowski. Andonowski trying to find it for his defense partner there in Jared Woolley. Good work coming back is McNeil as he's out of the penalty box. Shot. That's blocked. Sliding through there was O'Reilly. As Edwards, he'll poke this puck out of the Kitchener end. Connor Walton. Get it for Christopher, who just backhands it back into the Kitchener zone. Andonowski will pick it up. And Andonowski will weigh his options, hit the pass out on the wing that time for Humphreys, who takes a bump from Connor Walton just before he can even get to the Windsor blue line. The Fires owning their own zone as that puck will find its way back into the Windsor end. Kennedy will get it from behind his own net. Kennedy will take his time. Cole Davis is back out there too for the Spitfires. Stretch pass, broken up at center ice. They were trying to find it there for McLaughlin. McLaughlin couldn't settle it down cleanly. Now Cameron Reed's got it. Here's Reed. Reed will shoot this puck back into the Windsor end. Come here for Walton, trying to send it the opposite direction as it got it to Wyatt Kennedy. Quiche couldn't clear. Reed throws it back into the Windsor zone. Romano will intercept. Romano takes the check there from McLaughlin. Battling twos in the far boards. Come here for Romano, tries to get it in down low, but that puck escapes as trying to get a step. Here's Wyatt Kennedy. Here's Kennedy out on the far wing. Kennedy will just flip one that goes through the Kitchener goal crease and wide. As the Rangers get a break, that puck will come back into the Windsor end as Andrew Robinson will pick it up, trying to catch Kitchener on a bad line change here with Cole Davis. As Davis, he'll backhand one. Trying to pick it up now is Villeneuve, but getting in front of it is Cameron Reed. Villeneuve will try to steer this up to the wall. They'll come to Brown. Brown, his shot. Brown got a stick up high. There's a penalty coming against Jonathan Brown, and Kitchener will get their first power play of the Western Conference Finals.
And it comes with 8:45 to go in the second period. And a prime opportunity for Kitchener now to take their second lead of tonight's hockey game. Here's another glance at it as there's Ellis going right at the defender, trying to keep it in at the blue line, and instead Jonathan Brown got the stick right up into the chops of the oncoming Ranger forward, and paid a small price there, I suppose, to pay for now the Rangers having their first man advantage of the game as their top unit gets out there.
Well, Rangers in the postseason, 5th best power play in the postseason at 30.8%. The Spitfires, the second best penalty kill at 88%, but the Rangers win the faceoff. Cameron Reed trying to get away around Nesbitt, and he does. Nice work by Reed. Reed, a shot! They're spinning and firing around. There was O'Reilly, but he got knocked down. Humphreys will get it back for the Rangers. Behind the net for Edwards, right up front for O'Reilly. Couldn't get a shot away, but the Spitfires do clear.
Rangers 6 power play goals on home ice this postseason on 11 opportunities. You do the math, playing deadly.
And they're finding their mojo here on the power play at the Memorial Auditorium.
And they don't mess around. They get taken care of business pretty quickly.
For Pridom, and he fanned on the one-timer on a great pass by Sam O'Reilly. And Jack Pridom's postseason bad luck, at least trying to put pucks in the back of the net, does continue.
Just had that puck skip on him, but they nearly took care of it in short order again.
Humphreys got upended behind the play. Ranger fans not happy. O'Reilly here for Bilecki. Quick pass back. Out. Down is Costanza. Rangers can't get to it. It'll come to Humphreys. Humphreys. Cross ice back for Bilecki. Now to Pridom. Tried it out in front, but that went off the body there of Fibiger, who clears. With 50 seconds left to go in this Kitchener power play.
Costanza doing a fantastic Dominic Hasek impression in the crease for the Spitfires. Rolling around just in desperation, trying to get in front of any potential shot. The Rangers circling the net, but no opportunity on goal.
It'll come here for Tanner Lamb. Battling with Villeneuve, and Villeneuve able to clear with the final 30 seconds of this Kitchener power play. Bilecki will head up ice. Nice move made there by Bilecki. Got the first goal here of the conference finals for Kitchener. Romano out on the wing, try to get it back here for Romano, and the Rangers do. Romano will send this puck around at the near boards. It'll come to Hayden Ellis. Ellis, who had a great second round series against Sault Ste. Marie. Final 6 seconds left to go. And here's a shorthanded rush now coming for the Spitfires with Villeneuve. Villeneuve will stop. Villeneuve's big slap shot, pad save made by Kirsch. We're back to even strength. Come to Andonowski, try to shovel it there for Sherratt. Sherratt couldn't handle it cleanly. Sherratt will battle, but that puck will come around the Windsor net. Good stick work and skating shown up ice. Here is Woodle. Woodle, nice move. Woodle bumped off the puck there by Matt Andonowski. That's Harvey here on the near boards in the Kitchener end. That's Harvey. Spinning around, here's McKeish. McKeish, that shot's blocked. Woolley's got it. Woolley will backhand it, trying to get it to Tanner Lamb, but that puck's going to be out of his stick reach. Woodle around for Robinson. Rangers can't get it back. McKeish, he'll head up ice. McKeish, nice pass out for Harvey. Harvey a step. Harvey a shot save made there by Kirsch. There was a rebound, but the Rangers got a hold of it. Ansis tried to win it back, nearly upended his man there and guarded. McKeish gets it back for the Spitfires. Andonowski will take him off the puck. As Woolley will weigh his options. Woolley instead will just head up ice. As Woolley will shoot this puck back into the Windsor end. Fourth line out there for Kitchener with 5:41 left to go in this second period. Reed will get a hold of it, has to come out of the Windsor end. He'll throw it back into the Spitfire zone. As Costanzo will leave it now for Walton. Walton will get it out for Brown. Brown, cross ice pass, goes off the wall. Ansis gets a hold of it. He'll send it back into the Windsor end. Couldn't play it there. Was Arquette. Now the Spitfires will try to march back up ice. Ansis will cut that off right around the Windsor blue line. Rangers get this back onto the stick now of Dylan Edwards, who will shoot it in. Costanzo once again play it for Walton. That puck gets away from Davis. Little dribbler that Cameron Reed will easily be able to pick up. Reed here for Campbell. Back to Cameron Reed. Reed, he'll shoot it in. Come to Walton. Send it for Wyatt Kennedy. Spitfires trying to get a quick exit. Reed gave a good check there on Games. Campbell. One for Reed. Reed, nice pass out for Edwards. Edwards over the Windsor line. Edwards back here for O'Reilly. Sam O'Reilly will try to drive. He'll drive around the Windsor net, battling that time with Walton. Walton's size will work out, but good hustle and still compete by O'Reilly. Spitfires do get a break and get it clear. 4:26 left to go in the second period. Humphreys will throw this back into the Spitfires zone. Kitchener will go for a line change, so will the Spitfires. As Windsor will slow the tempo down with Walton. Walton will now decide it's time to break out and tries to hit a quick outlet pass there for the speedy Spellacy. They'll come to Nesbitt as Nesbitt gets a chance. Nesbitt shot, scores! Jack Nesbitt continues his hot postseason. Give Jack Nesbitt his 7th of the postseason, and Windsor gets their second lead of game one. They're up 3-2.
Jack Nesbitt boosts his team-leading playoff goal total with another go-ahead tally for the Spitfires. A great shot beating Christian Kirsch, high glove, a 2-on-1, and he elects to take it himself. The Sarnia native restoring the advantage, 1-goal advantage for the visitors, and what's been a bit of a test match this second period. All of a sudden the Windsor Spitfires say, "King me."
Well, it's that top line for the Spitfires as A.J. Spellacy bowled over one of the Ranger defenders. That gave an extra bit of ice there for Nesbitt to work with, and he put an absolute bullet over the glove of Christian Kirsch. As we'll have to do that face-off all over again. Puck was down a little early.
Chester checkers, I suppose. You call it check, right? Yeah, there we go.
All right, so puck is down. And the Rangers will win that face-off. And was the puck in his skates as Jack Pridom will pick this puck up. Pridom had moments here in game number one of the Western Conference Finals to find that scoring touch. Lamb will drive in. Villeneuve will knock him away from the puck. As Villeneuve will go cross ice. Carson Campbell will pick it up for the Rangers. Now here for Cameron Reed. Reed back for his defense partner in Campbell. Campbell will shoot this in. Costanzo will come out to play it. Costanzo will leave it there for Woodall. Good pass by Woodall, but it's going to go the length of the ice, and that will be icing against Windsor, which will take us to break as the Spitfires have regained the lead here in game number one of the Western Conference Finals. They're up 3-2 on the Kitchener Rangers. So you're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
He was on skates at 2, started focusing on skills at 4. Is this guy going to be a 6'2" player? No, but he's absolutely dynamic. It'll be fascinating just to see how he develops.
From a centered in front, Marner scores! Holy mackerel, what a move! Nick Marner opens the scoring!
Rogers TV Community News focuses on what impacts you in and around Waterloo Region and beyond. It's a twice-weekly look at important issues. Rogers TV Community News, Mondays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 6 p.m.
How about this guy, Mario Kulina? He was the backup to Michael DiPietro on the 2017 Memorial Cup champion Spitfires team. Then he came to Kitchener for his 2018 run, and Mario Kulina now in the CEHL. And yep, you guessed it, still not Italian. Back up to you guys.
Still not Italian indeed, but great to see that Mario Kulina is making the most out of his hockey career still.
He was Super Mario around these parts, that's for sure. As he gave the Rangers a lot of second lives during that campaign.
Rangers trying to once again find a way to tie this game. They got a good response 4 minutes after Cristoforo opened the scoring from Bilecki. And it was Bilecki, got it off for Reed. And then Reed looking for lane. That shot is blocked out in front. Piviger gets it here for Cristoforo. And the Spitfires will head up ice. They got Villeneuve with it. Cristoforo shot save made by Kirsch, and no rebound that time.
Had a late jab, and Kirsch felt that one as Cristoforo went out to reach and maybe jar the puck loose as Kirsch had a handle on it. He doubled over in pain, and it's going to force a crowd to be created in front of their netminder. And this Windsor Spitfires team has gotten to Kirsch a little bit, and now more of the ways than one from more of a physical standpoint there. There's the late poke on him, and that's not going to feel good. And clearly didn't. But Jack Nesbitt with back-to-back 25-goal seasons for the Flyers prospect, picked 12th overall in last summer's NHL draft, and they got a good one here in number 71, needless to say.
Well, Jack Nesbitt's one of those guys, too, for Windsor that you can see he's really grown his play, especially in the postseason, much like we talked about Alex Bilecki doing for the Kitchener Rangers.
He's got that nice mix of size and skill, again, standing 6'4".
Sharp angle shot there by Greenree, but Kirsch makes the save.
Pins the pass together, and it's also a surprise that the Rangers with a power play, both teams granted with power play opportunities, but the Rangers more so, just the 2 shots on goal in the second period after posting the 9 in the opening frame. Offense hasn't generated much, but as I was mentioning, it has turned into a you move, I move chess match here. Windsor with the latest advantage here by the slimmest of margins. Well, that's an important one.
Well, they win the face-off to the Spitfires. Nesbitt tried to redirect that. Instead, he sent it high into the Kitchener net. Rangers need a quick response. This guy can do a penalty behind the play against the Spitfires, so Kitchener's getting another power play. O'Reilly a shot. That one goes high. As Woolley, he'll pick this puck up. Kirsch to the bench for the extra attacker. With 2:29 left to go in this second period. Andonowski there for Edwards. That puck goes off Edwards. As Greenree will touch, and Kitchener's going to get a power play. Too many men on the ice against our charging penalty, actually, against the Spitfires. And Spellacy getting to it there with Woolley.
Well, he's just trying to goad him into maybe evening out this, what's going to be a Rangers power play, and Woolley's just got to be mindful as they're jawing back and forth now between the 2 benches. Here's another look, and you can count them up on your screen.
It's a charge. It's a charge.
Check that, yeah. You led me astray there, Jason. But yes, on the charge call. But then as the Rangers had the extra attacker on, a tough break as Edwards had speed, but coming through the neutral zone, took a deflection off his right skate as Pridom was over the boards as an extra attacker. Could have turned into something, but here we go. Offensive zone draw with 2:20 to go in the frame. The Rangers would love nothing more than to get back to all square before this period is all said and done.
That's what Windsor was able to do in the first period. That's exactly what Kitchener wants to do. And a power play that has been deadly on home ice. We talked about the last time the Rangers had a power play here in this game number 1. Reed will throw it back now for Humphreys. Humphreys with speed. Humphreys, nice move. And they're able to toe the line and stay on side. Puck will come around, but keen to Walton. Oh, takes a good hit that time there by O'Reilly. Now this puck here for Edwards. Edwards trying to get it here for Pridom. Shot save made by Costanza. Puck goes just wide. Here's Edwards out for chance, and sprawling out there was Costanza. He kicked the net off its moorings, and upset there is Dylan Edwards.
I know how much of a case he has, though, as Costanza was just trying to push off, and he did so, and is already jarred loose a little bit, and it did the job as there's the initial chance, and Costanzo right there gave an initial kick and then pushed off and leaning into it. Unfortunate for the Rangers as it came off its moorings. They've got 1:26 left on this power play to try and do it all over again and get across the goal line this time.
O'Reilly will take the face-off here against Ethan Garden. Officials trying to make sure this will be a clean, fair face-off.
This Spitz power play on the road, 12 of 13 on the kill. It's been solid as well.
As Reed falling down, tries to do it, and makes a great pass. Does Cameron Reed off to Pridom.
Like a tightrope walker out there.
And Humphreys, here's Edwards. Edwards walking. Edwards shot save made there by Costanzo, and those Spitfires clear.
How did Costanzo see that to make the save? Just threw out his right pad. Plenty of traffic in front, but the veteran netminder making a heck of a stop.
On Bilecki, 55 seconds left to go in this Kitchener power play. Bilecki will get around Nesbitt. Nesbitt lost his stick. Rangers will throw it back here for Christian Humphreys. Humphreys over the line. Humphreys will kick it out to O'Reilly on the wing. Now to Bilecki. Bilecki there for Humphreys to O'Reilly. To Bilecki. Bilecki, a shot that's blocked in front by Nesbitt. Pridom tries to get it to Bilecki. Keeps it in as Bilecki gets upended. And the whistle goes.
Nothing being called.
Nothing
there.
said. I think they're just going to say maybe offside.
So 34 seconds left now in the power play. We're under a minute to go in the second period. And they're going to throw out the second unit right now, are the Rangers.
And Bilecki pleading his case there to Sean Reed that should have been a penalty.
It's going to fall on deaf ears.
So Romano will take this face-off for the Kitchener Rangers against Jack Nesbitt. Actually, it won't be Nesbitt. It'll be... Oh, it will be Nesbitt.
Yeah, as he glides in, does a job on the PK as well. He's just multifaceted type of player. And 34 seconds of negating this opportunity, but Rangers are going to have something to say, and I think it's going to be Christian Humphreys now as Romano waved out.
Humphreys will take this face-off against Nesbitt. Humphreys does well, couldn't get it to the point as Nesbitt tied him up, and Nesbitt clears for the Spitfires.
Again, using that tall frame of his just to shrug off the Rangers forward and clear it down the length of the ice. That's a heck of a job.
Final 20 seconds of this Kitchener power play with 36 seconds left to go in the period. Lamb over the line. Nice move by Lamb. Lamb upended. There's a penalty against Cristoforo. So we'll have 5-on-3 hockey for 11 seconds.
That's the trickiness of Tanner Lamb on full display. The soft hands, nearly pulls off this move. Took a look back and attempts the toe drag through the legs. And boy, that would have been something pretty, wouldn't it? But Cristoforo takes a penalty that I think he needed to take. Otherwise, it's a 1v1 situation with Costanzo in my eyes.
Yeah, that's holding in hockey. That's holding in football any day of the week. But 5-on-3 for just 11 seconds before Kitchener will get another power play. Their third power play here at Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals.
Well, no better time than on a two-man advantage to tie up this game. Take advantage of the opportunities, the prime opportunities when you've got them.
O'Reilly wins that faceoff here for Humphreys. Humphreys will wait, get it out here on the wing for Reed. As O'Reilly will skate up, he finds Humphreys. Humphreys fakes the shot to Pridom. Pridom shot pad save made there by Costanzo. O'Reilly keeps it in as Brown's now out of the penalty box. O'Reilly here for Pridom, a snapshot. Power play goal for Jack Pridom, who gets the monkey off his back, and we're tied at 3 with 11.4 left in the second period.
The drought is over for the Rangers goal-scoring champion in the regular season. He's got his first of the postseason, and boy, does it come at a great time with just 11.4 remaining in the second period. A two-man advantage, none better than number 24 to be a clutch player in that situation. Gets it up and over Joey Costanzo, and we've got a 3-3 hockey game.
Priddom's had a lot of success in his career against the Windsor Spitfires. Last year in the playoffs, had a penalty shot goal against Joey Costanzo here at the Memorial Auditorium. Had an overtime winner in the first game of the regular season between these two teams. And finally, Jack Pridom gets a postseason goal here in 2026.
You saw the emotion written all over his face. He knows what the goal means at that moment. And for him personally, that's a big one.
Well, the horn is gone. The second period has come to a close as the Kitchener Rangers and the Windsor Spitfires are tied at 3 after 40 minutes of play. As you can't hear anything here in the Memorial Auditorium. Dan, let's look at the shots on goal.
16-13, your overall total in tonight's hockey game. As there's pushing and shoving, both teams having to be separated. They're at the Windsor Spitfires blue line before they head off to their respective dressing rooms. This is going to be a Boilermaker of a third period as the Spits had the shot advantage there in the second period.
And when we come back from break, Sean Fafaro will talk to the Ottawa Senators prospect and defenseman for the Kitchener Rangers, Matthew Andonowski, as you're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
The Village Caterer provides catering and services for all occasions, from business lunches to backyard barbecues, and to large events like weddings and community events. Let the Village Caterer help you make your event one you and your guests will never forget. Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
Hello, just want to remind you that Lions See the Bingo is on Mondays here on Rogers TV, starting at 8, running till 9, and we're off like a herd of turtles. Holy sugar gold 29. Same great show, lots of prizes given away, and lots of funny little trivia along the way. Please join us 8 o'clock every Monday right here on Rogers TV.
God bless you, Dr. Kazumba Charles here. I will be bringing you the Word of God right here on Rogers Cable TV every Sundays at 10 a.m. You don't want to miss. I'll bring the Word of God in context. I'll bring a refreshing word that brings healing and restoration. And we're going to teach from the context of the Word of God that changes our lives. Every Sunday, catch me right here on Rogers TV as I bring you Kingdom Insight.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey and Rogers TV. A late Jack Pridom goal, and we are tied 3-3 at the end of 2 periods. I'm joined by Matthew Andonowski from the Rangers. And Matt, how huge was that Pridom goal to get some momentum after 2?
That was good. It was really good momentum builder coming into the third. A little bit of a lapse in the period in the second, I thought. But good to even it up late in the second. Get some momentum going to the third.
Nobody has more history on this Rangers team versus the Windsor Spitfires than you do. You were part of that 1-8 sweep. You were part of the team last year. There's so much intensity, and we're only 40 minutes into this series. Why is this so intense with Windsor?
Yeah, it feels like every year we either find London or Windsor in the playoffs, either the second or third round. So the last couple of years that I've been here, it's always been a war against Windsor, and we're starting to build a rivalry against them as well.
I want to preface this by saying I know it's in the rearview mirror and has no bearing on this series, but take me through the Game 7 win, the feelings of elation when Luke Ellenis scored that goal.
Yeah, we were just trying to live another day, every game, step by step. Made it to Game 7, and probably one of the best moments of my life when Ellie scored that OT winner to come back from a 3-0 deficit.
A big win over the Sioux Greyhounds in the last series. It was in 5 games, but that didn't do that series justice. That was a tough series. What was the mindset with the team after winning?
Yeah, definitely a tough series. Could have gone either way in a lot of games, but came in on the better side. So flipping the page pretty quick after that series to this series and getting prepared for this series.
I asked Liam Greenree this question in the first. I'm going to ask you the same question. The Rangers are an exceptional hockey team. The Spits are an exceptional hockey team. What gives the Rangers the edge in this series?
I think our depth, our all-around depth, whether it's scoring, physicality, toughness, speed, our all-around depth. We got guys that contribute in many different ways and different ways in the lineup. So we keep using that to our advantage. We'll take care of business.
I got Jeff Skinner standing over here for an alumni interview after we're done. When you're out there standing on the blue line and you guys are watching the alumni come home and ring that siren, how fired up do you get?
Yeah, a little bit of goosebumps when they come back and get that siren going, and it gets the crowd going too. Hearing them cheer for the alumni is pretty special, and how rich the community is here. So real special that they got to come back and do the siren.
You got to look at your old defense partner out there in Hunter Brustevich. I asked him in the first intermission, give me a question to ask your old D partner, and he said, ask Hando, how did he get so good?
I got to give credit to my D partner and my D coach. Obviously my D coach, Vlad Flynn, has helped me a lot throughout the way, but I give a lot of credit to Brew as well. It made my life pretty easy.
It was a good season with you guys playing together. Good luck in the third, Matt.
Thank you.
All right, as promised, Jeff Skinner coming up right after this. Stick around.
When the pressure's on, you need the right law firm, a legal team that protects your goals and drives results. Learners, we are always on your team.
Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
Heartbeat of Mother Earth, I feel you and embrace your warmth. I see you dancing through the trees. Your song floats on the summer breeze. Community, we come together. We are the voice of our ancestors. Thankful for how much you bless us. Feel the thunder in the drum. All our voices sing as one. Feel the power, feel the pride. Feel the drumbeat deep inside. Feel the boom, feel the bass. Let's let go of time and space. It'll make you dance, it'll make you sing. Ode Wegun, Wedok Wishin. The drum will lead you, take you far. Always remember who you are.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchen Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV. Tied 3-3 after 40 minutes of play. The Alumni Parade continues, and I've got Jeff Skinner with me as promised. Jeff, I'll ask you simply, how does it feel to be back at the Odd?
Feels great. Friday night too. It's a lot of great memories being around all the fans and obviously some of the staff members that were still here from when I played. It's been great to be back.
You couldn't even make your way down here without people stopping you for autographs and photos along the way. How does it feel to know that 16 years later you're still so beloved in this community?
Oh, it's nice. It's just, honestly, I think they were stopping me because they wanted me to put in a good word with you. They wanted to see you. But no, it's great. Just it's so special to be back and around a community. I think it's one of those things where I think when you're in it, you don't realize kind of how much you're being formed and how much you're developing, and then when you get a chance to step back and come back from a distance, I think it's all the memories come back and you realize sort of how important it was the 2 years I spent here and all the lessons I learned and all the great memories.
So let's talk about that then. The 2 years you spent here get you onto a pro career, 15 years in the NHL, over 1,100 games. Well, how did the OHL develop you both, Jeff, as a player and as a person?
Yeah, I think, of course, as a player, I think it definitely helped develop me. I think you come out of minor hockey and you get to simulate a pro schedule. You get around professional coaches. Obviously, my coaches did pretty well. They're still doing pretty well. But big names. Yeah, and so you gain a tremendous amount of hockey knowledge. But I think for me, obviously, I think the biggest thing was off the ice. I think moving away from home and all the little things you don't really think about when you're playing hockey, I think, and all the people around here that help sort of support you and sort of lift you up and prepare you for taking that next step in your career, I think is really what sort of stands out to me.
So when you think of this generation of Rangers that comes here to be a Kitchener Ranger now, and you look at, I know you got a chance to tour the facilities, and you see the advantages that 2026 Rangers have, and how similar this is to an NHL environment and a pro environment, how much advantage do these players have of today versus your era?
Not many excuses. I saw the locker room, the new weight room. I think when I was here, the facilities were top notch, and
for sure,
and they upgraded them even more. So, it's such a privilege to be in an organization that has a history, but also is moving forward and always trying to get better and always trying to evolve. And I think the guys, I haven't seen many games, but they're looking good right now, and hopefully they come out here in the third and have a good period.
I think that's a testament to the Rangers, right? That no matter where hockey is, they don't see a ceiling and they keep evolving with the game. Let's talk about your big season, obviously, the 50-goal season. Tell me what you remember about that season, because as I mentioned to you off camera, 50 goals, but also 20 in the playoffs. 70 goals in a year, Jeff, is pretty good. What do you remember about that year?
Honestly, just a lot of great teammates. Obviously, you're not going to score many goals unless people are getting you the puck. So, and then I think the 20 goals in the playoffs, you're not going to score that many goals unless you go on a long run. So I think for me, just remembering sort of the totality of the year, all the ups and downs, all sort of the teammates that had an impact, the staff that had an impact, the coaching staff, the training staff, and just sort of how much I learned and how much I grew. I think in the moment you don't realize it, but as you grow older, you realize how important it was and how special it was to go through that and to have those memories now.
Last question for you. You got to stand out here and start that siren to get the crowd fired up with Hunter and with Evan. How enjoyable was that?
Oh, it was great. That siren is loud, though. Obviously, I should have known it was going to be loud, but it caught me off guard, and then Hunter did a good job getting the crowd going with the Let's Go Rangers chant, so it was a lot of fun.
Kitchener Fire doesn't mess around with their sirens. Jeff, it's so great to see you back here. Welcome home.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, stick around. We got more coming up right after this.
Hey everyone, it's Sean Fafaro, and I'm thrilled to tell you that This Week in Rangers Nation is back for season number 2. I'll have everything you want with your East Ave Blue, special interviews, features, highlights, and more. Catch This Week in Rangers Nation every Friday.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university, so they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
My name is Matthew Rutledge. I'm a 60 scoop survivor, born in Red Lake. Was adopted from there to Toronto at the age of 4. A lot of our brothers and sisters, family members got separated from each other. That was the government's goal, to break that connection from brothers and sisters. Basically taking the Indian out of the child. Right now, they're still trying to find themselves. Originally, my birth name is Harvey Halverson. In my high school days, teens, I was trying to fit into society. I knew I was First Nations, but I didn't know who I was inside. I think later in life, I started that journey. I am proud, and it's not my man, of who I am now. I love life, who I am.
Hi, Pastor Mark here. Join us each and every week on Sundays. All are welcome, no exceptions. That is St. Peter's Church, every Sunday at 11 a.m. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey and Rogers TV. Thanks to all of our alumni for taking some time with us tonight. It's so great when the Ranger family comes home. Let's take a look at the highlights from the first 2 periods. Scoring has been plentiful so far. First period, second shot of the game, Anthony Cristoforo picks up his 3rd of the playoffs. Celebrates behind the net, only 47 seconds into the game. Spitfires up 1-0. The Rangers would tie it pretty quickly. Alexander Bilecki, Billsy is having himself a playoffs from Vermeulen and Anstis at 4:07, and we are tied 1-1. The Rangers would take the lead. Ando with the point shot. Dylan Edwards in front picks up the goal at the 7:18 mark. Rangers up 2-1, but with under 3 minutes left to go in the first period, the Spitfires, check out this wraparound here, and then Nathan Villeneuve with the finish in front, 2-2 after 1 period of play. And how about this? Both number 89s had scored in that first period. Into the second period, we would go at the 15:58 mark, an unassisted goal for Jack Nesbitt, his 7th of the playoffs, and late in the period, How about this on the power play with under 12 seconds to go? Jack Pridom makes no mistake on the second chance. If he starts heating up in the playoffs, watch out, Windsor. Jack Pridom gets the goal, and we are tied 3-3. Can't wait for the third period. How about this? The edge in shots, only 16-13 through 40 minutes of play. We'll take a break and be back with more. You're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV. Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Hi, I'm Mike Farwell, and I'd like to invite you into this studio every weekday from 9 until 1 for a show that I think you're going to like. It's called The Mike Farwell Show, and it deals with the issues of the day. Local, provincial, national, even international. You'll hear from the newsmakers, and you'll get the chance to make news yourself when you call in and share your opinion. If you want to know what's going on in your community, The Mike Farwell Show is the place to find out.
Not Tonight with Giovanni Petiti has killer monologues, great local guests who have too much talent for national late night, and this show's got high energy. Bills. It's the show TV critics are saying is just like Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, if you ordered it on Temu. So join me Sundays at 9 p.m. on Rogers TV. Hey, I've seen your social calendar. What else do you got to do, huh? Nice.
Hi, Pastor Mark here. Join us each and every week on Sundays. All are welcome, no exceptions. That is St. Peter's Church, every Sunday at 11 a.m. God bless. We'll see you soon.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Right now in the third period, the Barrie Colts are saying giddy up in the Telephone City. They are leading the Brantford Bulldogs by a score of 3-2, looking to even up that series. A couple of quick shout-outs. I want to say hi to the Mercer family up in the Barrie region. Catherine, Cameron, Nathan, and everybody. They were going to be here tonight. Unfortunately, unable to be here. I know you're watching. We love you. We miss you. Can't wait to see the Mercers back here at the Odd. And Rangers superfan Kennedy, who is missing the game tonight. Kennedy, I'm giving you a wave, and I hope that your very first gymnastics competition went amazing, and we'll see you at the next game. All right, here's Jason and Dan for the third.
Thank you very much, Sean. We got ourselves a real good third period coming up. It's been a tightly contested affair where one team thinks they're about to pull away, the other one brings them back in. We'll see what the third period brings to the table as the Spitfires win the faceoff to be in the third period.
It's been a lot of punch-counter-punch in this one. Who's going to have the knockout punch, though, is the question that remains heading into this third.
And now we'll send this around as Humphreys got bumped off the puck there by Robinson. Didn't know where it was. As Humphreys throws it off the wall and does get it to Matt Andonowski. As that puck just gets away there from Wyatt Kennedy. As it'll be picked up now by Robinson. Gets it back for his defense partner in Kennedy. Andonowski keeps the puck in the Windsor, and that shot just went wide. As Humphreys will track it down on the near wall. They'll come here for Woolley. Woolley on the backhand, trying to get it to O'Reilly. Nesbitt got a piece of it. Great vision there by Jack Nesbitt. Now Greenree will try to get the speed going, and then Woolley intercepts. Puck goes through the skates there of Andonowski, who gets it for Sam O'Reilly as he's in Windsor territory, but O'Reilly couldn't make a play in the puck as Woodall's got it now for the Spitfires. As Woodall, he'll head up ice. Woodall will get around Jack Pridom, and Woodall will backhand this puck behind the goal line in the Kitchener zone. As Campbell tried to poke it up. Here's Cristoforo. Chance. One-timer shot save made by Kirsch, denying Woodall. Pridom can't settle that on his stick as Garden does well to box out Jack Pridom. Just tied this game with 11 seconds left in the second period. on the power play. Here's Fibiger over the line. Fibiger, he'll dish it off the wall for Christopher. Christophero's pass intercepted by Tanner Lamb, and the Rangers try to get back with some numbers. As Lamb is passing some skates, it'll come back for a nice move. Here's a one-timer chance by Romano, but Costanzo's got it.
There's no give up on Tanner Lamb. Just as that play looked like it was dead in the water, he reaches back, finds the puck again, and creates this dangerous scoring opportunity. Just over a minute into the frame, Tanner Lamb has been so good in terms of his offensive creativity. We've seen it on display tonight. It's been a regular occurrence throughout this postseason as he's upped his game, came just shy of a 20-goal season, and has really found a second level with his play and performance in the postseason.
And he's just, really got that chip on his shoulder as that puck gets blown dead. As we said that from the beginning of the season, he didn't get picked in last year's NHL draft, had a bit of a chip on his shoulder, and he's just worked in every aspect of his game. He's had some big goals for the Kitchener Rangers during the regular season and, of course, in the postseason, and you just see his compete level just rising up as we're now in the conference finals here with the Rangers.
And he really can play anywhere in this lineup. He hasn't played much on the top line, but there have been spurts this season when need be. But for the most part, been settled in nicely between the second and third lines. And regardless of where you put him, he finds a way to be a dangerous threat up front for the Blue Shirts, as it's going to be Vermeulen tossed out on this draw as a fourth line out there now, though, for Kitchener.
A good face-off win, though, by Avery Anstis as Rangers shoot it back into Windsor end. Well, got it Brown. That's taken away by Matthew Lachar. Was trying to find it back for Avery Anstis. Lachar will backhand. That puck just took a bounce up high over the stick of Alexander Bilecki. Christian Kirsch will send it around looking for Vermeulen. Vermeulen, that puck just got away for some of the Rangers, but Bilecki couldn't clear. At the point for Brown. Brown will just shoot it around. It'll come here for McKeish. McKeish will whip it around the Kitchener net and Brown again. There for Games, he takes a shot from Lachar. McKeish in a battle. Now Ferran will get it back here for the Spitfires at the point for Brown. Brown, he'll send it around as Games will get a hold of it. Games trying to centering feed. That's turned over, though, by the Spitfires. As out on the wing there is Vermeulen. Will just flip it off the wall, but the Spitfires will get this back. Up ice comes Ferran. Ferran 52 his way into the Kitchener end, but only for a moment, as now Dylan Edwards will blow into Windsor territory. Pass here for O'Reilly. O'Reilly out for Humphrey's shot. That one went wide and bounced into the netting, out of play.
Colorado Avalanche prospect with a dangerous snapshot that Costanzo directs into the corner netting. As it's Kitchener with the early chances in this final frame of regulation. And again, the jawing continues. These teams don't like each other, but there is number 33 coming out to make a nice save again on the Rangers' 17th shot of the night.
You see Christian Humphreys there, and it's got to feel so good for Christian Humphreys to have the game one he's had here in this version of the Western Conference Finals. He's knocked out of game one of last year's Western Conference Finals in London with an upper body injury and didn't make it back in the series. Already 2 points tonight with 2 key assists. Value just shows his value for the Kitchener Rangers as Greenree intercepts that. Greenree, he's going to put on the speed. Greenree into Kitchener end. Greenree will stop, wait for some support here for Nesbitt. He's knocked off the puck by Edwards, and Woolley will march up ice now for the Rangers. As Woolley, he'll stop, give it off here for Sam O'Reilly. O'Reilly on the near board will send it around below the goal line for Dylan Edwards. Edwards for O'Reilly. O'Reilly now to Woolley. Woolley, the shot, that's deflected out in front and can't get back on his stick there for Edwards as Greenree got it out, but only to center ice. As now Nesbitt will settle it and just knuckle one into the Kitchener end so the Spitfires can put some fresh legs on. Andonowski will slow the tempo as he leaves it for Cameron Reed. Reed waits for his defense partner, Carson Campbell, to get on the ice, and now the Rangers can head up ice with the second line. Here's Pridom. Pridom will try to feed it off the wall to himself, just ran into a big Windsor body. Now Woodall, he wants the stretch pass, gets it on the tape there of Cole Davis, but couldn't play it as cleanly as he would like. As the Spitfires turn it over. Up ice comes Reed again. Out on the wing as Pridom will play it. Drops it back here for Lamb. Nice move by Lamb. Puck's in the slot. Romano can't get a hold of it. Puck is loose. Sliding that away. There is Costanzo. Gets it to the point where Reed will throw it down below the goal line. Comes here for Tanner Lamb. Lamb gets away from Woodall. Lamb here for Pridom. Pridom chance, and he's taken down, but a pad save made there by Costanzo.
As Pridom with a tying goal, looking for the go-ahead tally, crashing the crease yet again. Less than 5 minutes into this period. The Rangers working hard out of the corner. Again, it's Tanner Lamb with a great setup. And yeah, I don't think there's much of a penalty call there, as just some contact, and he hits the deck after getting that chance on. Costanzo makes another good save, point-blank save for the Windsor Spitfires netminder. Going back to Christian Humphreys for a sec, you mentioned what he's brought to the table. The Avalanche prospect with 4 multi-point games now in this postseason, with 2 assists here tonight. He's put up a point in 6 of the 9 Rangers playoff games too, so he's been a model of consistency.
That puck hit the scoreboard, so we get a face-off right back in the Windsor end.
Now Pridom, all of a sudden, you know, he's got the juices flowing, and that's what Rangers fans want to see.
Well,
what wonders a goal will do, eh, Jason?
This chemistry, though, that Pridom and Tanner Lamb are starting to put together here in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, that may have been all Jack Pridom needed, was someone to just keep feeding him the puck and get pucks on net. And Tanner Lamb, a great distributor that can definitely do that. Plus a great shot of his own does Lamb have, as we've sung the praises all night long of 37 for Kitchener.
Yeah, he likes scoring goals, but he almost loves setting up his teammates with that great vision that he has almost as much.
Black, he'll throw it off, looking for Arquette, and that'll be icing against the Rangers.
Trying to stretch pass there, but unable to connect that time, as the Rangers will bring it all the way back into their own zone. And certainly the more dangerous of the 2 teams. In the opening 5 minutes of this one anyways.
Well, this is the period the Rangers can take over games. And that big 4 unanswered goal 3rd period in Game 2 in the Western Conference semifinals against Sault Ste. Marie right here at the Memorial Auditorium a few Sundays ago. Who's going to find a way to break through here, as we're tied at 3 in the 3rd period? Is now Sherratt. He'll head up ice for the Rangers. Here's Gabe Sherratt, but they couldn't get the timing right offside against the Rangers.
Yeah, Bilecki on the far side, not even a half stride inside the blue line. Tough break for the Rangers, as they were getting the 3-on-2 going the other way after a good defensive zone face-off, able to push it up the ice. But they'll bring it just outside the Windsor blue line now.
Top line for the Rangers will be out there with Edwards, O'Reilly, and Humphreys, with Woolley and Andonowski.
O'Reilly named a finalist for the Outstanding Player of the Year award, and certainly Rangers fans, he's got their vote, considering what he's done since coming over from the London Knights.
Good shot by Nesbitt, still steered wide by Christian Kirsch. Woolley will play from behind his net, nearly turned it over. That puck just got away from the stick there of Liam Greenree, as O'Reilly will track this puck down in Windsor territory. O'Reilly, he'll throw one cross ice, just no Rangers there. Nesbitt will try to clear that puck, got away from Jared Woolley.
He had his eye on Dylan Edwards beating up the ice. Unfortunately, couldn't get it away in stride.
Good hit by Woolley on Nesbitt. And Nesbitt and Woolley still tied up. Linesman's gonna have to separate them.
Nesbitt just got a hold of his stick, won't let it go. Now they both hit the ice again. And Linesman's getting all tangled up too to break him up.
And that blows play dead, with the Rangers looking very frisky in the Windsor zone. But Nesbitt and Woolley still going at it by the penalty box.
Some Greco-Roman wrestling going on over here, far side boards. As it's Woolley again, after the collision, trying to get a stick loose, and Nesbitt had it under his arm, and it was pinned, wouldn't let it go, and he's still waving. I think they're just both going to head off. Yeah. Fans won't like that.
Some offsetting roughing penalties, but the fans appreciate the grit there from Jared Woolley.
Well, he certainly brings that to the fold, doesn't he? As the 6'5" behemoth on the back end for the Rangers. And here's a great vantage point from the video board up above. There's a bit of a shot there that Nesbitt absorbs, and then a bit more. And no wonder Nesbitt doesn't want to let go of his stick. Didn't appreciate that, and reciprocates there. So, you know, all of a sudden done, probably best if they just get the offsetting minors in that instance.
And Nesbitt did have a nice double leg takedown, but Nesbitt definitely was feeling his ego felt a little bit there after that good hit laid by Jared Woolley.
I know you're always mentioning Lachar's UFC and Ultimate Fighter kind of mixed martial arts fighting endeavors, and I always appreciate the fact that now bringing it up again, and Jared Woolley getting a bit of a love in that respect.
Well, Jared Woolley was able to lay the good hit. That was a clean check and getting under the skin there of Jack Nesbitt.
Well, I don't think head coach Greg Walters thought so, and he's looking for an explanation, as is the coaching staff.
Well, a big smile there from Craig Walters. So obviously, he's not overall happy about
it. Kind of a resigned chuckle there, as he knows he's fighting a losing verbal battle there with the official. So 2 minutes on the big board for both Woolley and Nesbitt. It's a pretty good trade-off, as you got a pretty lethal goal. And now, you're right, as he skates off, and that's what Walters was laughing kind of mockingly at.
We stay 4-on-4 as the Spitfires won that face-off in their own zone with Robinson. We'll send it back to Kennedy. Up ice comes Cole Davis. Back to Garden. Here's Davis streaking in. Davis let that puck just roll on him. Cameron Reed will take it away. Back the other way. The Rangers tried to go. Robinson corralled it for the Spitfires. As Davis, he'll drop it back for Garden. Garden knocked off the puck by Cameron Reed. Just Reed couldn't pounce on it. Good puck possession here by Windsor. Reed again sensing the pass as Cole Davis will get bumped off the puck there by Cameron Reed. Andonowski got some lane. That open ice here on 4-on-4 will work out. Here's a chance. Backhander shot. Chance. What a save made by Costanzo as he robbed Dylan Edwards. Highway robbery. Fibiger will counterattack here for the Spitfires. Fibiger around the Kitchener net. Fibiger, he'll get it here for Woodall. Woodall will dance. Woodall taking off the puck there by Andonowski. 56 seconds left to go. A 4-on-4 hockey.
Talk about clutch. Joyce Costanzo, maybe with the save of the playoffs right there. Kitchener coming that close to taking the lead once more.
As Fibiger will just do it himself. Fibiger, he'll stop, heel back. Fibiger will get it to the point. Kennedy will drive in. Here's Kennedy. Shot save made there by Kirsch. There was a Fibiger chance. Save made by Kirsch. Christopher at the side of that. Couldn't center to Vilden. And the Rangers will counter back. It's Humphreys over the line. Humphreys, he's got Pilecki. Here's Pridom. The Pridom shot off the post. What a chance for Pridom again here in game number 1. Pridom will get it back. Pridom will head over the line. Pridom will drop it back for Humphreys. Humphreys here for Pilecki. Pilecki shot, that's blocked. Comes back here for Humphreys. Humphreys, 7 seconds left. Blocker save made there by Costanzo. Final seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. As Carson Campbell, he'll pin the puck up on the wall. Christopher will try to poke it free. We're now back to even strength.
Nothing like a little 4-on-4 to turn this into a game of shitting.
Nice move made by McKeish to get around Reed. McKeish driving in, just lost control of the puck. Couldn't settle on the stick cleanly. Campbell will battle there with McKee. Shot there by Robinson into the glove of Kirsch, which will take us to break. 11:47 left in the third period. We're tied at 3 still between the Spitfires and Rangers. You're watching Hefner, Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
When the pressure's on, you need the right law firm. A legal team that protects your goals and drives results. Learners, we are always on your team.
Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
Hey everyone, it's Sean Fafaro, and I'm thrilled to tell you that This Week in Rangers Nation is back for season number 2. I'll have everything you want with your East Ave Blue. Special interviews, features, highlights, and more. Catch This Week in Rangers Nation every Friday.
How about this trio? All got traded from Kitchener to Windsor on the same day. Scott Timmins, Ben Schutron, and Josh Eunice. January 7th, 2009. They got traded for Brandon Maxwell, Nolan Lalonde, and picks. They went on to win the Memorial Cup after coming back from 3-0 down to the Rangers. But more importantly, I always remember that day because my 7-year-old son came home from school, and I had to tell him that all 3 of his favorite Rangers all got traded that day to the same team. Not a fun dad day. Back up to you.
Thank you very much, Sean.
That's where you definitely need to give him some ice cream to make him feel better. That's a rough day for Lucas. I'm sure it was.
Spellacy had that puck just get away from him as Spellacy gives a check there for Andonowski. Woolley looking for O'Reilly. O'Reilly will send it back here for Jared Woolley. Woolley will backhand it onto the tape of Matt Andonowski. The Rangers will get going now with Dylan Edwards. Dylan Edwards, nice move by Edwards. Edwards gets it out here for O'Reilly. O'Reilly down below the goal line, able to find Edwards. Here's Edwards. Edwards shot save made there by Costanzo. And that puck ricochets out of the Windsor end. Woolley off here for Reed as the Rangers will put some fresh legs on. Cameron Reed out on the wing now for Dylan Edwards. Edwards, nice move. Here's Edwards streaking, and he swiped off the puck there by Wyatt Kennedy. That puck got away from Romano. That's the Spitfires there with Garden, can't bring it up ice. Battle ensues by the Windsor blue line. The Spitfires able to shovel the puck out of their own end. Carson Campbell getting around from Harvey. Here's Harvey. Up ice come the Kitchener Rangers now with Tanner Lamb. Tanner Lamb over the line. Here's to Pridom. Pridom shot. That one just goes wide. Picking up the puck now are the Spitfires as they'll head up ice here with Garden. Garden out on the wing. Try to centering in it there for Brown. Brown can't get to it for the Spitfires. That puck just gets away from Harvey as now the Rangers will pick it up here with Reed. We'll send it around now for Carson Campbell. Campbell will wait as the third line will now come on for the Rangers. Campbell will leave it now here for Bilecki with 10:07 left to go in the third period. Carson Campbell will, Bilecki will head up ice now for Kitchener. Out on the wing for Sherratt. Sherratt, that puck goes off Christopher, but getting it back is Bilecki. Bilecki got upended. Some Ranger fans wanted a penalty. They will not get it. That puck just bounced off the pad of Costanzo. The Spitfires, they want to stretch pass there for Cole Davis. It gets deflected behind the Kitchener net where Christian Kirsch will play it. Kirsch will shoot this around, but onto the tape now of Cole Davis. And the Rangers will corral it now with Cameron Arquette. Arquette tries to find it for Sherratt. Spitfires clear out of their own end. As Christopher will have a little roller out on the far side that McNeil will get to in the Kitchener zone. Back for Bilecki. Here's Bilecki fanning on the pass, but it'll come back here for Bilecki, here for Sherratt. Sherratt over the line. Here's Gabe Sherratt. He'll drive in. Sherratt one-handed, just couldn't make a move towards the net. Sherratt, he'll throw one, hits the side of the post. Came back here for Arquette. Arquette will throw it around looking for O'Reilly, and he finds it. Sam O'Reilly tried the one-timer there for Woolley, but the pass was in his skate. As now Woolley will get around from Christopher. Here's for Edwards. Edwards a shot. Good glove save made there by Costanzo. And Greenree couldn't clear for the Spitfires. They'll come here for Fibiger. As Fibiger will flip it around looking for Villeneuve. Villeneuve battling with Andonowski as he poked that puck up ice here for Greenree. Greenree trying to do it. Greenree falls down. Trying to make a move around Woolley. Up ice go the Rangers with Dylan Edwards. Here's Dylan Edwards. He throws one through. That just goes wide. They'll come here for O'Reilly. Puck hits Edwards. Now here for Andonowski. Andonowski, he'll put a puck on. That one goes wide as it'll try to come to the near wall, but Greenree, his exit pass comes for Spellacy. Now to the skates of Spellacy, who finds Liam Greenree. Greenree takes a bump there from Andonowski. Off the wall will be Spellacy, taking it for Robinson. Robinson shot. Greenree deflects it, but can't get it on target. Dylan Edwards, they want the stretch pass. It'll come here for Christian Humphreys. Humphreys, a slap shot. That went wide and did not miss by much.
Just decided to wire it with his team changing. Not the worst of ideas as he narrowly missed the net.
Reed looking for Romano. Couldn't find him. Just puck out of his reach as Romano will lay the check there on Woodall. Battle ensues out in the far corner. Brown couldn't settle it as the Rangers with Campbell poking it back in. Here's the Pridom. Tried the one quick release. Couldn't do it. As Campbell, that will go cross ice and wide as Brown will get it, but knocked off the puck by Tanner Lamb. And Lamb couldn't center one up. As now McKeish will get a hold of it. McKeish can't do anything with it. It'll come to Pridom. Pridom, and Romano's held up there by Brown as he couldn't redirect that on target. McKeish will counterattack for the Spitfires, who just rolled it into the Kitchener, but it's an icing call against Windsor with 7:25 left in the third.
Right idea with Romano heading to the net. Passed just a little ahead of him as he was held up just enough. So they couldn't even reach out to try to redirect that towards Costanzo. Some good back and forth play ever since that 4-on-4 we saw a few minutes ago. That opened things up a little bit. Granted, just the combined 8 shots on goal between the two teams, but the chances have been there. This is going to go right down to the wire here, I like to think, in this opening head-to-head.
Rangers had the best chance here in the third period as Joey Costanzo made a sensational save on Dylan Edwards, and then Jack Pridom rang one off the post before we went to our last break.
Save of the night for Costanzo. And in this game, quite frankly.
Arquette battling there by the Windsor blue line. The Rangers will get it back here with Hayden Ellis. He's muscled off the puck. Ellis nearly gets it back. His pass will be for Bilecki at center ice. Nice moves by Bilecki over the line. Bilecki's pass out and hits some Spitfire sticks. And as now McNeil will have to track it down in his own end. 6:46 left to go here in the third period. McNeil, he'll peel back. Villeneuve will try to put the pressure on, but good job by McNeil to not bite on it. O'Reilly gets it around for McNeil. McNeil will send it here for Humphrey. Humphrey's pass turned over for Villeneuve. Villeneuve, his shot blocking. That one is Sam O'Reilly. Deflects out of play, and O'Reilly's feeling it.
Going to shake it off, though. It's going to take a lot worse for Sam O'Reilly to miss a shift here. He'll take a lap around as the linesmen get between these two teams again.
And of course, a scrum ensued.
Back and forth continuing on. As it looks like O'Reilly's going to be okay.
Well, he's a warrior. He had that one empty netter last Friday against the Sioux where he crashed into the goal post. It looked much worse than it was. He bounced right back to get a second empty netter.
And gave a bit of a reassuring wave to the crowd, too, as he headed back to the bench to finally celebrate. Collective sigh of relief in that moment for Rangers fans. He became the empty net scoring demon in that second round.
Shot right off the face-off from the Spitfires, goes wide. That's Campbell. They want the stretch pass. Cristoforo saw it and knocked it down. And we'll just knuckle one back into the Kitchener end where Campbell gloved it down. Carson Campbell, he'll head up ice for the Rangers. On the wing for Edwards, who will shoot it back into the Windsor zone. Christian Humphreys will get to it first. Puck will find its way for a man. Now here for Humphreys. Humphreys spin around a pass, hit the side of the net. Into the point now for Campbell. Campbell here for Reed. Reed back to Carson Campbell. Campbell is shot, hits the bodies in front, comes to Dylan Edwards. A backhander that went off the pad there of Costanzo. This puck will pop up in the air, bouncing around, and will find its way for McLaughlin, and the Spitfires will clear thanks to Cole Davis. And Reed gets around McLaughlin, able to find Campbell. Campbell, his pass gets it to Pridom. Pridom streaking it. Pridom a shot that just went wide, and that somehow that net got knocked down was Campbell sliding in, which will take us to break with 5:33 left in the third period. Still tied at 3 between the Spitfires and Rangers. You're watching Hefner Kitchen Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
You know, we told you about a lot of Rangers who wore both jerseys, Spits and Rangers. There's 12 more here I want to tell you real quick. Cole Carter, Chase Campbell, Alex Aliardi, TJ Battani, Nick Zinder, Steve Downey, there's a second page here, Tyler Ertl, Grayson Ladd, a former first rounder, Zach Lorentz, local kid, Todd Warner, Derek Schoenmakers, Shuey they called him, and Austin McEnany. A lot of great players, both Spits and Kitchener. Back up to you.
Well, two great franchises that have had a lot of great talent share both jerseys, and a lot of great talent come through each organization. Windsor can't touch the puck as they're offside, and that's what Spellacy does.
Well, as I mentioned, a great crowd here at the Off for Game 1, packed house, and the second highest attended game this season, 7,363. The announced attendance here on the estate, or in the estate on East Ave. And it's been a boisterous crowd, to say the least. They're chomping at the bit. They want to see the Rangers not only win a Western Conference, or win a Western Conference championship, rather they want to see an OHL championship bid here.
Woolley shot off the glove there of Costanzo as O'Reilly flips it around but couldn't get it to Dylan Edwards. McLaughlin, his pass that hit Greenree in the skates and ricochets up into the 8th row.
It's kind of two long-suffering franchise. Both teams looking to get back to the OHL final for the first time in a long time. The Rangers not since 2008. Spitfires not since 2010. As that puck took a deflection into the crowd, and they had to be ready for that one. But almost 5 minutes left, and we're in closing time territory.
Well, yeah, the Kitchener's trying to, not only win a Western Conference game for the first time since 2008, they want to go and win an OHL championship for the first time since 2008. Windsor was so close in 2022 when they lost in 7 games to the Hamilton Bulldogs, now Brantford Bulldogs, who maybe could be a matchup once again down the pipeline with Brantford in the Eastern Conference.
Absolutely.
Woolley. Try to send it around there for Andonowski. Flipped out by Sherratt. Glove down there by Brown. And the Spitfires will just chip it into the Kitchener, and Garden will try to give chase. Andonowski gets to it first. Finds Woolley. Arquette will clear for the Rangers. Connor Walton will pick it up for the Spitfires. Walton will throw it off the wall. Knocked down there by Arquette, who throws that puck back into the Windsor end, but Kitchener's offside as Arquette then gives a shot there to McKeish.
They figure this top line of the Rangers will be getting the majority of minutes. We see them roll forward lines pretty consistently throughout this hockey game, but I would imagine that head coach UC Hokus is going to shorten the bench just a little bit. Certainly with game 2 coming up on Sunday night. The Rangers would love nothing more than to come away with a Game 1 win. Obviously, both teams would, but...
What a hit there by Carson Campbell on Jakob Fibiger. That was some dark side Muay Thai stuff as Campbell took Fibiger to the dark side with that hit.
Heard that all the way up here as he crashed into the near sideboards in front of the Rangers bench.
As that puck gets away from Pridom. Anthony Cristoforo. He gets hit hard there by Cameron Reed. And the Rangers getting really physical late in the 3rd period of game number 1. Romano does well to get around from Davis, able to find Carson Campbell. Campbell will slow the tempo down as the Rangers will make a line change. So will Windsor. They'll bring the top line out there with Greenree, Nesbitt, and Spellacy. Woolley will take it out from his own net. Jared Woolley. Thought about a long stretch pass, saying shoot this puck into the Windsor end. Getting to it first will be Edwards. Edwards fanned on that, but the puck will find its way for O'Reilly. Edwards got hit from behind by Robinson. Greenree will pick this puck up. Greenree out on the wing for Spellacy. Spellacy got stick in the lane there by Andonowski. That puck once again gets deflected into the seats for a whistle.
Now 3:20 to go, and Spellacy, we mentioned his name a few times too. Part of that dangerous forward unit for the Windsor Spitfires, and that top trio as well with Greenree and Nesbitt, who get most of the press, but boy, he's fired some firepower in that stick as well.
Well, AJ Spellacy is going to be a big factor in this series for Windsor. Was not a part of last year's epic 7-game second-round series between the Rangers and the Spitfires. But having him will be huge, especially without having the presence right now with Ethan Belchez, who, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, is at least skating for the Spitfires.
Let's see whether maybe a bit of a miracle can happen. They'll have nothing more than that.
Well, Harvey takes the puck away from Sherratt. Good work by Woolley to get back. Sherratt will get the feed out here for Andonowski. Andonowski will shoot this puck in with 2:49 left to go here in the 3rd. Sherratt lays the body there on McKeish. Sherratt throwing his weight around as well. As McKeish, he'll settle it. That pass broken up at center ice, and will come to Romano. Romano out on the wing here for Arquette. Arquette over the line. Arquette, he'll throw it here for Gabe Sherratt, but Fibiger read that beautifully and laid the check and intercepted the puck for the Spitfires. Kennedy here for Cole Davis. Davis trying to put a speed burst on, and that puck will find its way for Reed, who gets it to Tanner Lamb. Lamb's had a great game so far. Lamb gets around from Cristoforo. Lamb over the line. Tanner Lamb into the slot. Lamb, a shot save made there by Costanzo. Puck is loose, but he snow angels in the crease to hold on.
Is behind him for a moment. Rangers couldn't get a stick on it though. Finally lays back and is able to smother for the face-off. Here's another look with Tanner Lamb. He's almost due for a goal in this game. The way he's been going, cuts back to the slot and tries to shoot it back where Costanzo was. And was nearly able to do just that. Costanzo does just enough to get a piece of that shot to knock it down in the crease and then ultimately put a body part on it.
Well, what a chance there for Tanner Lamb. Good vision. Thought about a shot originally and said, saw some ice to cut in the slot. And that one nearly handcuffed Joey Costanzo, but he had it caught between his pads as the Spitfires will head up ice here with their captain, Liam Greenree. Nice dangle by Greenree, knocked off the puck by
There's
Woolley.
no space too tight for Tanner Lamb, and here goes Christian Humphreys now.
Humphreys trying to get around Wyatt Kennedy. Walton will get there as Humphreys will finish the check off on Walton. Spitfires. Tanner up ice now. Comes Spellis, he will shoot it around. The Kitchener net. Andonowski. There for Humphreys. Turner. Greentree. Shot blocker save made there by Kirsch. And that puck ricocheted all the way. Now with Kennedy into his own zone. 90 seconds left to go in regulation. As this puck we picked up here by Woolley. Jared Woolley will throw it looking for Edwards. Trying to jump on it is Romano, and the Spitfire's able to clear. Pridom will pick it up in his own end. As Jack Pridom trying to generate some speed. Pridom's had his best game so far of the postseason here in game number 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Fibiger will whip this around. Lamb will read that beautifully. Tanner Lamb couldn't center it though. Garden took him off the puck. As Jakob Fibiger's got it for the Spitfires. He'll try to flip it out. Campbell will pinch in to keep this puck in the Windsor end. And the Spitfires able to just get that puck into Kitchener territory. A knuckler that won't go for icing as Reed has to pick it up just before it got below the goal line. 43 seconds left to go in regulation. Cameron Reed, he'll shoot this puck in. Getting to it first though is Jakob Fibiger. Fibiger. He'll head up ice. Fibiger gets knocked off the puck. Lamb's got it. Here's Tanner Lamb. Nice move by Lamb. Lamb, a boom, and tried a baseball swing there with Pridom. He just couldn't make contact. As the Spitfires able to get a hold of it. Sigh of relief there from Windsor. This will go the length of the ice, and will it be icing? Yes, it will, against the Spitfires with 16.6 seconds left in the third.
Well, credit Luca Romano for that latest chance for the Kitchener Rangers on the back check. As Windsor was trying to go up ice with it out of their own zone, he lifts the stick of the Windsor Spitfire stick handler, and that jars it loose for Tanner Lamb to jump all over it and ultimately provide that dangerous looking setup right in front of the net. Now we're going to have a timeout being called by the Spitfires. Offensive zone face-off coming up for Kitchener, obviously, so they want to make sure they have their defensive game plan in check, while the Rangers now an opportunity to talk things over and get the right personnel out there for perhaps a game-winning goal here with under a minute to go.
Well, Jeff Trzask is trying to draw up the perfect play as the Rangers are hoping maybe they can get a buzzer beater here against the Spitfires to take game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. It's a good timeout too there by Greg Walsh, just trying to gather the troops, get them some water and regroup here with just 16.6 seconds left to go in the third.
Yeah, again, Rangers probably the team looking the most dangerous in this third period. It's only equated to 6 shots on goal, but to their credit, with the forecheck and how they've been able to clog up the neutral zone, it hasn't allowed Windsor to really get going any which way offensively. Just the 5 shots for them in this frame. And the 5 that have got through haven't been all that tough for Kirsch to handle.
Biggest face-off here in game number 1, and O'Reilly wins it, but Villeneuve able to hop on that puck and able to flip this puck back into the Kitchener end. Nearly made a play it there for it was Nesbitt, but strong defense by Matt Andonowski.
Well done to settle that bouncing puck.
Time will expire. A very entertaining third period, but no one could get the difference maker. So game 1 of the Western Conference Final will need some extra hockey as we have overtime on the horizon.
Bonus hockey here tonight in this opening tilt of the Western Conference Final. 3-3. The scoreline remains the same as we head to the respective dressing rooms.
So the shots on goal here, Dan.
6-5 the shots in favor of the home side. Well, settle in. It's going to be an extended Friday night.
Breathe, everyone at home. Get your favorite snack and your favorite beverage as we'll take a break as overtime is moments away here in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Windsor Spitfires and the Kitchener Rangers as you're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
My Uncle Cheney was one of over 150,000 Indigenous children that were taken to residential schools between the 1800s and 1996. My uncle ran away from school wanting to get home to his mom and dad, and sadly he didn't make it and died of exposure. When Gord Downey found out about my late Uncle Cheney's story, he wrote Secret Path, a series of poems that became an album, then a graphic novel, a documentary, and a concert. Gord met my family, and together we formed the Gord Downey and Cheney Winjack Fund. Together we are sharing Secret Path and other reconciliation resources with legacy schools, setting up legacy spaces across Canada, and hosting events like Secret Path Week to inspire all Canadians to engage in reconciliation. Before he left us, Gord asked us all to do something.
You're going to figure it out.
Will you join us? Together we can make Canada a better place.
Hello, just want to remind you that Lion City Bingo is on Mondays here on Rogers TV, starting at 8, running till 9, and we're off like a herd of turtles. Holy sugar roll 29. Same great show, lots of prizes given away, and lots of funny little trivia along the way. Please join us, 8 o'clock every Monday, right here on Rogers TV.
Hi, Pastor Mark here. Join us each and every week on Sundays. All are welcome, no exceptions. That is St. Peter's Church, every Sunday at 11 a.m. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV. Bonus coverage for you as we are headed to overtime in Game 1. Let me give you a quick little laydown of what's going to happen. Well, let's go to the highlights first. Highlights first, here we go. In the first period, second shot of the game, Anthony Cristoforo gets his third of the playoffs at the 47-second mark. He wanted to let that fan in the front know that he scored the goal in case he missed. But Alexander Bilecki makes no mistake, tying the game up at the 4:07 mark, and we are tied 1-1. The Rangers would go up shortly after that at the 7:18 mark. Check out the Andonowski point shot, but Dylan Edwards in front. Christian Humphreys picks up the secondary assist, and the Rangers are up 2-1. And then check out the wraparound play here, and then Nathan Villeneuve with the finish in front. This is some great play right here. Nathan Villeneuve catches Christian Kirsch out of position, already down in the splits, tied 2-2 at one period of play. Into the second period, we would go. Jack Nesbitt gets his 7th of the game before picking up 12 minutes in penalties. He got a 10-minute misconduct for chirping a little later, and the Spitfires are up 3-2. But Jack Pridom with the second chance there with just seconds left in the second period, and we are tied 3-3. No scoring in the third period. The Rangers still with an edge in shots, 22-18. But just as the last time these two teams played in the playoffs, this one is going to overtime. Now, I'll let you know how the rest of this intermission is going to go. We're going to take a quick break and come back. Jason and Dan are going to have some analysis for you. And then after that, do not miss it. We have an exclusive interview with last year's overtime hero, Luke Ellenis. I spoke to him today, 90 minutes before game time. You're going to hear from Luke Ellenis coming up in this intermission. Stick around. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Mike Farwell, and I'd like to invite you into this studio every weekday from 9 until 1 for a show that I think you're going to like. It's called The Mike Farwell Show, and it deals with the issues of the day. Local, provincial, national, even international. You'll hear from the newsmakers, and you'll get the chance to make news yourself when you call in and share your opinion. If you want to know what's going on in your community, The Mike Farwell Show is the place to find out.
Joel Sherbino and the Paris Community Church helped connect life with faith through their program, Sundays for Paris. Hear sermons, listen to hymns, experience all that the Paris Community Church has to offer. Sundays for Paris, Sundays at 10:30 a.m., right here on Rogers TV.
My name is Chase Nicholas. I am a Mi'kmaq hockey player. Growing up, I always remember my family talking about the Mi'kmaq as the creators of the game of hockey. In grade 7, I did research on Mi'kmaq hockey sticks as the first sticks of the NHL. I found a Mi'kmaq hockey stick made in 1917, the same year the NHL was formed. I was surprised to find out the very stick I was holding was made by my great-great-grandfather, Alexander Cope. In 1934, an elder known as Old Joe Cope wrote a letter to the Halifax Herald claiming the Mi'kmaq created hockey. I found out later that I am a direct descendant of Old Joe Cope. There was a time when Mi'kmaq children were torn from their families and not allowed to speak their language, losing their words and stories. But the stories are coming back to us. Stepping on the ice, I take pride knowing the roots of the game of hockey stem from my ancestors in the Mi'kmaq Nation.
Well, welcome back inside the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium as we're moments away from overtime in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Windsor Spitfires and Kitchener Rangers. A scoreless third period pushes us here. And Dan, one of the themes going into this Western Conference Finals is between the Windsor Spitfires and the Kitchener Rangers. Two teams that know each other very well, two teams that play each other like carbon copies, and I'd say that's been very true so far in Game 1.
Yeah, not much room to maneuver aside from that 4-on-4 play that we saw in the third period, as both teams have shown their strengths, to be sure, and again, very similar squads in what they present offensively and from a goaltending perspective. I'd say Costanzo certainly has had the edge with the quality of saves he's had to make here tonight, but these are two very good hockey clubs going toe-for-toe right now.
Well, the Windsor Spitfires, they're going to a trick here that the Rangers had that worked for them last year in this series between these two teams. Overage goaltenders. Jackson Parsons was able to ride the Kitchener Rangers to that impressive come-from-behind victory to win that series in 7 games. Joey Costanzo, an overage goaltender, one of the best goaltenders in the OHL all year, and he showed that here in the third period. An unbelievable save on Dylan Edwards to keep us tied at 3.
Yeah, no wonder he's OHL Goaltender of the Year finalist, Joey Costanzo. He's done a heck of a job this season, keeping the puck out of the back of the net. 3 beyond him here so far tonight, but that scoreline, we might not be even heading overtime had he not made that save in particular, or a couple of other ones on top of that.
Well, of course, too, the Kitchener Rangers, they really turned up the volume with maybe the better scoring chances than Windsor. They are in that third period. How does Kitchener can find a way to keep that momentum going from the end of the third here into overtime?
Well, they just have to start converting those opportunities. The setups have to be hitting the net because there are a few more than they would have liked that, once it gets to that final pass, is not getting directed toward Costanza. So he's made some nice saves, but the Rangers would like to see that with a bit more frequency. And they just, again, have to be heading to the net. We talked about it off the hop of the broadcast. You got to have that net front presence about you, and we've seen it at certain points in this hockey game. Pridom being one of them in that third period, especially when he got the feed from Lamb crashing hard into the blue ice. They have to do that with a bit more regularity come overtime, and I think they'd love nothing more than to wrap this up quickly.
Well, we'll take a break and see what happens in overtime as you're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey here on Rogers TV.
Smudging is a very important part in our life as we're all learning to walk the good way. When we smudge, we use the sacred medicine, the white sage, the sweetgrass, the tobacco, and the cedar. It cleanses negative energy and replaces it by a positive energy. When I smudge, I cleanse my end and my eagle feather and start cleansing my breath to have better words. I will smudge my eyes so I could see the better things offered to me. I will smudge my ears to hear the good thing that people have to say. I will smudge my hair to have good thinking from my head. I will bring the smudge to my feet so I could walk in respect with our Mother, the Earth. Smudging is the way we give our prayers to connect our spirit to the Creator. We express gratitude for the gift of life, the learning, and growth.
Aging Well brings you conversations with experts to help empower your golden years with enthusiasm and optimism. Don't miss Aging Well with Angela and Alice Liu, Mondays at 7 p.m.
I love being a champ. I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities. I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me. It's your donations that make the Warham's CHAMP program possible. Thank you.
Hey everyone, it's Sean Fafaro, and I'm thrilled to tell you that This Week in Rangers Nation is back for season number 2. I'll have everything you want with your East Ave Blue, special interviews, features, highlights, and more. Catch This Week in Rangers Nation every Friday. Down here about 90 minutes before Game 1, I'm joined by Luke Ellenis from the Kitchener Rangers. And Luke, I'm just going to get this out of the way before we start talking. I'm not going to ask you when you're coming back because I assume the answer is when you're medically cleared, correct?
For sure.
Correct. And my curiosity does not come ahead of your recovery. So let's talk to Luke about this series. The Windsor Spitfires, let's go back to last season. The game-winning goal 367 days ago. When you think about the Spits, what do you think about?
Yeah, just a great series. I mean, we're all proud of how we came back last year, so we're all thinking about that. But I mean, it's a new year now, a new team. Like, we know we got to bring our A game, or it'll be a tough series for us. So we just got to play our best, and we know we're good.
The Rangers have had the Spits numbers for quite some time now. Do you think, that's maybe the mental aspect of this game or this series, or is this just another team for your guys in that room?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think, of course, you think of that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's not the same team they had the last couple of years, so it's kind of a new series. We know we got to bring our game, we know we got to play well, and we know we'll be good.
A lot of people talk about Kitchener and London as a rivalry, Kitchener and Guelph as a rivalry, but this Windsor rivalry with the playoff series in the last 4 or 5 years, maybe you can take us out on the ice and how intense it is when you're out there.
For sure, it's they got to go just as hard as any team. I mean, we see it as a big rivalry. I'm sure they do too. And in the playoffs, you don't think of those things. You just think you want to win these games.
You are on the wall in there with that game-winning goal against Windsor last year. What does it mean to you to have that up there as motivation for future generations of Rangers that come through here?
I think it just shows, never give up. The series really isn't over till it's over. I don't think many people would have thought that we were coming back last year, but I know the belief in our group and the belief our team had, and we kind of showed that we could get it done.
Luke, I know you haven't been on the ice with the team for quite some time now, but you've been in the room, you've been in the practices, you've been with the team the entire time. You're in the room, you're one of the leaders. Why is this team a team that's going to win this series?
Just we stick to our system, we work hard, we play hard, and we're a team that nobody likes playing against. So we have all those things. There's a lot of confidence in this group.
Like I said, we're about 90 minutes before Game 1. How excited are you to see your teammates take the ice tonight?
I can't wait for it. Super excited.
All right, well, we can't wait to see you back on the ice with them whenever that is. Luke Ellenis.
Thank you.
Oh, folks, Not Tonight with Giovanni Patiti has killer monologues. Great local guests who have too much talent for national late night, and this show's got high energy. Bills. It's the show TV critics are saying is just like Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, if you ordered it on Temu. So join me Sundays at 9 p.m. on Rogers TV. Hey, I've seen your social calendar. What else do you got to do, huh? Nice.
The Quintessence Coalition brings you immersive experiences and conscious collaborations from artists across the country. Don't miss the sights, sounds, and spirits of the Quintessence Coalition. Saturdays at 8:30 p.m.
Hey everyone, it's Sean Ferfaro, your host for This Week in Rangers Nation. We are back for Season 2, and we're going to bring you everything you want with your Kitchener Rangers. We'll have exclusive highlights, game analysis, we're going to have special guests, alumni interviews, and so much more. And because it's me, we're always going to have a little bit of fun. Make sure you tune in for This Week in Rangers Nation every Friday at 6:30 on Rogers TV.
Hi, Pastor Mark here. Join us each and every week on Sundays. There is a place for you here, a place to explore, a place to dream, a place to journey, and a place to belong. All are welcome, no exceptions. That is St. Peter's Church, every Sunday at 11 a.m. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Aging Well brings you conversations with experts to help empower your golden years with enthusiasm and optimism. Don't miss Aging Well with Angela and Alice Liu, Mondays at 7 p.m.
Welcome back inside the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. Overtime just underway here in game number 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Windsor Spitfires and Kitchener Rangers as O'Reilly gets it to Humphreys. Here's Humphreys a move. There's a stick on the inside. Humphreys a shot. That just went wide. And Andonowski, he'll throw it on through. That's broken up by Nesbitt, who's feeling it, but gets a pass up here for Spellacy. Spellacy, though, couldn't corral it as that puck went wide. Spellacy will get it back here for Windsor. Spellacy at the point, kept that inward to the Spitfires. Kennedy, he'll throw it through. That hits the traffic in front. Andonowski will battle. He'll try to flip it out. Comes here to Kennedy. Kennedy, a shot tip. That one just goes wide. And as the Rangers get it back with Woolley, will send this around. And it will come back for Christopher. Shot. Puck is loose. And diving through that time was Garden. He couldn't get a hold of it. Sam O'Reilly's got it for Kitchener.
Nervous times for the Rangers in their own zone, scrambling a little bit. But able to get a big save there, and O'Reilly calmly getting it out now, back into the Windsor zone.
As the Windsor Spitfires will head up ice here with Christopher. He lost out there, stripped by Romano. Now Pridom. He'll throw it on through. That has to be a save made there by Costanza. Robinson will backhand one around, battling at the wall. Pridom will try to send it around, but came to Robinson. Up ice go the Spitfires. There with Fibiger. He'll just flip it in. Playing it off the wall is Cameron Green. Up ice, that stripped there by Christopher. Christopher will wait for some support. Christopher, he'll throw, and that just goes wide. Hits the netting and out of play. We should note, too, Kitchener's 1-0 in overtime here in the postseason. That Game 3 win in Saginaw over the Spirit. This is the first time the Spitfires have seen overtime here in the 2026 playoff, Dan.
And they won 3 overtime games in the regular season. 2 Ethans and a Cole picking up OT winners. One of those Ethans and Beltez, obviously not in the lineup. Even Garden and Cole Davis, the other 2 Spits with game winners in overtime. Sam O'Reilly with a 3 and Jack Fredericton and Lamb, each of them with a pair, or with 1 each rather, in terms of goal and extra frame. Either one of those, any one of those would be good picks here tonight again for the Blue Shirts.
And Jack Priddom's overtime goal was against Windsor as the Rangers break that up in the slot there with Carson Campbell, and the Rangers clear. As Fibiger, that puck will just go for an icing call against Kitchener. Took a bounce at the last second to go wide and go below the goal line.
Just a little weight, enough weight on that to get across the line, and they'll bring it all the way back the length of the ice. Less than 2 minutes into overtime.
Also, if you were keeping up with what was going on also on the Eastern Conference Final, the Barrie Colts able to take down the Brantford Bulldogs, hand the Bulldogs their first loss of the postseason with a 5-3 win. Cole Beaudoin was unstoppable. 2 goals and an assist as he was named first stars. The Colts and Bulldogs are now tied at 1 apiece in that best-of-7 series for the Eastern Conference Championship.
And the Colts all of a sudden with home ice advantage.
Yes, and their game 3 will be Sunday in Barrie at 6 o'clock, much like our game 2 here in Kitchener. Sherrod couldn't control that puck as it went through his skates. Up ice comes Carson Woodall. Woodall, he'll just flip it into the near corner, giving chase is Spellacy, but Campbell will get to it first. Campbell will send this around. Getting to it will be Christian Humphreys, who finds Arquette. Arquette back for Humphreys. Humphreys tries to cut in. Nesbitt takes him off the puck. Here's Jack Nesbitt. He'll just flip one in, a bouncing puck. Save made, though, by Christian Kirsch. He can never take any chances here in overtime. Andonowski out on the wing for O'Reilly. Sam O'Reilly over the line. O'Reilly shot that one, just went wide as Humphreys will pick it up, give it there for Woolley shot. Big pad save made by Costanzo.
Just kind of a reactionary save there from Costanzo. I think he was going to just let it go by first.
Coming in is McLaughlin, and he just had the puck get away from him at the last second. Harvey trying to knock Woolley off the puck. Woolley with that good reach, working out. Battle ensues behind the Kitchener net. And Humphreys does well to get it back here for the Rangers. Humphreys diving through to make a good clear for Kitchener. That puck will bounce just wide of the Ranger net. Woolley will get a hold of it. He flips this puck out. Come to Pridom. Pridom will play it, gives it here for Edwards. Edwards fans on the shot. Edwards can't get a second chance look there as Wyatt Kennedy steered that puck to the near boards. Games. We'll give it back here for Kennedy to the Spitfires. Here's a step for Villeneuve, but he's intercepted that time by Pridom. Pridom's got numbers. Pridom out on the wing looking for Romano. Romano will play it. We'll try to send it around there for Lamb. That puck didn't have much mustard on it. As Kennedy, that'll knock a good hit there by Andonowski at the Kitchener blue line. Pridom out on the far side. Pridom here for Andonowski. Gets it out there for a chance for Romano. That shot is blocked. And that puck will bounce its way into the Kitchener end where Cameron Reed puts on the speed to pick it up. Cameron Reed gets around Greenree. Greenree sticks in the way, but Reed does well to avoid. That puck gets around from Costanza. Rangers try to send this puck back around the Windsor net, and Humphreys will keep this puck in the Windsor zone. Humphreys able to find O'Reilly. O'Reilly, he'll send it around looking for Dylan Edwards. Edwards with some ice to operate with. Here's Dylan Edwards. Go for a skate up into the high slot. Edwards will drive. Edwards lost control of the puck as he tries to send it down below the goal line. The Spitfires intercept there with Brown, and they're able to clear this puck the length of the ice, and that will be icing against Windsor.
I sense a bit of nervous energy from these Rangers to start this overtime as Windsor, with the increased pressure on the Kitchener puck handlers, showing a bit more confidence. As you get a look at UC Hocus getting some direction, and with a shake of the fist, maybe telling his squad, let's ramp it up here a little bit, boys. As they had one chance, but again, just the finish wasn't there. Can they execute here?
Here's Andonowski, a shot that's blocked by Christopher, and Andonowski will backhand it in the near corner in this Windsor end. Can O'Reilly get to it? He'll try to poke it around, but Greenree will scoop this up for the Spitfires. As Liam Greenree, he'll try to do it himself here for the Spitfires. That pass intercepted by O'Reilly. And Greenree took a good hit, too, from Matt Andonowski. Up ice goes Andonowski, able to find Dylan Edwards. Edwards, he'll flip this one in, a bouncing puck into the glove there. Costanzo, and he holds on for it long enough for a whistle.
Just slowing the pace of play with the Rangers getting in. And that'll give the Rangers a chance to get their personnel out for this offensive zone draw. Shots relatively even, as we said time and again after each period, but it continues to be the trend. The chances tally, though, that'd be the interesting one to see the breakdown when all is said and done, though.
Nathan Villeneuve will take this face-off in the Windsor end against Hayden Ellis. And we'll have to do that again. It looks like maybe Villeneuve will be excused.
No, he'll stay in. Stick around.
As we wait for this puck to be dropped, it is. It'll come here for the Rangers. Campbell, a shot. That one just went wide on a quick release by Carson Campbell.
So Gabe Sherrod heading to the net, nearly got a piece of it.
Rangers will win it back. Here's Reed. He finds Campbell. Campbell fans on it. Campbell will go here to the far corner for Sherrod, who's upended. Getting it back, though, is Arquette. Arquette trying to get a rake from Woodall. Here's Arquette. He's got Ellis. Ellis, a shot. That goes wide. As Reed tries to pinch and Reed gets a piece of this puck. It'll come for Sherrod, but Sherrod gets checked there by Spellecy. Hopping into it was Arquette. He's got it for Reed. Reed the head fake. Nice spin move here by Reed. Reed will drop it back for Campbell. Campbell, a shot. That went wide. Did not miss by much. As a battle ensues for the puck, and the Spitfires will get a hold of it. Spitfires will flip this out wide, looking for Cole Davis as Reed made a good clear, and the Rangers will pick it up. Nice move here by Romano, looking for Pridom. Pridom, he's got it. Pridom, shot save made with the pad there by Costanzo.
Did all he could do. That puck was rolling on him and still able to settle it down and get a decent shot away.
Now overtime's opened up. That was a shot from a sharp angle that just went wide. Harvey looking for Garden. Campbell's got it and able to find Lamb. Blind pass, maybe a little ill-advised, but no harm, no foul there. McKeish will knock it down. McKeish, a shot, he sent that wide.
A little too casual by Carson Campbell there with a soft backhand pass, and that started everything here with that latest opportunity for Windsor.
Rangers at least get it out to center ice. That puck goes onto the stick here of Carson Campbell. Out for Andonowski. Now for Pridom. That puck gets away from Pridom, but Andonowski will help out and clean up. Pridom. Cross ice now for Tanner Lamb. Lamb, the little head fake. Lamb will cut to the net. Lamb knocked off the puck at the last second. Then Brown knocks the Windsor net off its moorings.
Yes, he collided with Tanner Lamb, who made a move towards the goal. But again, the Rangers escaping some less than ideal play on their own end. A little scrambly there. And it just came as we saw another solid shift from the third line for the Rangers. Took some good time off, but they took advantage of it that time. Good puck circulation, and then, as I was saying, Carson Campbell in his own zone, maybe a pass he'd like to have back. That came just after he seemed to do everything right, just trying to throw the puck on goal. There's so much about his game to really like and appreciate. Kept it simple, threw it towards goal, looking for a redirect on a solid snapshot.
That flip there from the Spitfires got away from McKeish. Humphreys will get it for Edwards. He'll go cross ice as Walton will grab a hold of it now for the Spitfires. Walton looking for Brown. That's knocked off. He's knocked off the puck. Puck is just sitting around the slot. The Spitfires just got enough. Nearly got it out. Reed kept that puck in the Windsor end. As Brown will try to throw it up. That puck will go the length of the ice, and that will be icing against Windsor with another faceoff coming in the Spitfire zone.
We should mention to make sure to stay tuned after tonight's game. Whenever it does come to an end, we'll be hearing from both coaches and players from both teams in our post-game press conference. We'll carry that for you live from the Rangers media room.
Yes, from the legendary now Don Cameron media room. What energy will be in there? Who will be elevated with a Game 1 overtime win, and who will be a little defeated and have to regroup for Sunday evening? Right back here for Game 2.
I'm guaranteeing you it'll be one team for either one.
Bold strategy there, Dan. Nailed it. That's some expert analysis.
I was just about to say some bold analysis, eh?
Walton gets pinned up there on the boards as the Rangers trying to dig it free with Arquette, and they do, but Arquette couldn't make a pass. Arquette, he got taken off the puck. Walton gets a shoulder there from Sherrod. Up ice goes Garden. Ethan Garden over the line. Garden will backhand on that hits. That goes down low below the Kitchener goal line where Matt Andonowski will pick it up for the Rangers. Andonowski will just slowly take his time. Sees Greenree there. Nice pass onto the tape of Sam O'Reilly. As O'Reilly with some speed. Here comes O'Reilly. He'll try to flip it off to himself, but that got to Woodle. Hiviger, he'll send it around over the stick there of Greenree. Andonowski will backhand it once again behind the Windsor net. Hiviger gets wrapped up there by Christian Humphreys as there was nearly an opening for Sam O'Reilly to pick up the puck. But the Spitfires do well trying to shovel this up out. They'll come here for Edwards. Here's Edwards. Edwards the move sliding through there was Nesbitt as he hauled down Dylan Edwards. But no penalty will be called. Andonowski stick in the right place. Edwards will shoot this puck back into the Windsor zone.
We're going to definitely get another look at that. A diving effort from Dylan Edwards looking for his fourth multi-goal game.
Here's Woolley between the legs. What a save made by Costanzo. That would have been an all-timer from Jared Woolley.
And then lanes out the Spitfire.
Doing it two ways there is Jared Woolley. Had the game on his stick, but does what he does best, lays the body.
Big wham from Jared Woolley. Doing it both ways, offensively and getting back defensively in a huge way.
Clearing attempt kept in by Cole Davis. Davis trying to get around Romano. Davis will drive around the Kitchener net. Here's Davis. Davis, the shot, that's blocked. Comes back to Davis. Here's a chance. Blocker save made by Kirsch.
That's usually how it goes. A big chance on one end. It's the Spits nearly with the quick hitter at the other end to win it.
As Kirsch will leave it for Andonowski. Andonowski threw it off the wall. Got a bounce for the Spitfires as Villeneuve will get it back for the Spitfires. Villeneuve will just roll it in. Got to watch out for McLaughlin. McLaughlin, he gets wrapped up though by Jared Woolley. Nowhere for McLaughlin to go. Villeneuve out in front, chance there for Harvey, and he couldn't get it on his stick. As the Spitfires will once again dump this puck in. Great pressure here from Windsor. They're playing some of their best hockey right now in overtime. Hayden Ellis, he's got a step over the line. Hayden Ellis swiped off the puck by Walton. Ellis will try to backhand one on through as the Rangers with Sherrod. That's Ellis now with a chance. Ellis from his knees couldn't get the shot away. Getting it back is Brown for Windsor. Arquette trying to help out as well, but Harvey will head up ice now for the Spitfires. Here's Harvey. He gets muscled off the puck there by Sherrod as he rolled it in to the Kitchener end. Cameron Reed will head up ice here. 10 minutes gone in the first overtime here in game number 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Here's O'Reilly. O'Reilly, nice pass out to Cameron Reed. Here's Reed. He'll try. Reed fanned on the shot. Had some ice to work with. Just couldn't get the shot away. O'Reilly intercept. O'Reilly looking for Reed, who just wasn't quite set. And the Spitfires get the puck in the equipment that time there of Connor Walton. Good hit laid by Cameron Reed on Greenree. Here's O'Reilly trying to get it to Humphreys. Walton stood his ground. Greenree, he'll dish it out on the wing. Out looking for Christopher. He'll play it off the wall as Christopher will throw it on through. Hits O'Reilly in the skates, and O'Reilly will try to march up ice for the Rangers. It'll come here for Nesbitt. Nice move made by Nesbitt. Nesbitt, that shot goes off the body of McNeil. Greenree takes a bump. Trying to get to it is Nesbitt, and he will. Nesbitt, he fans on the original pass up high, so Spellacy will try to help out as well. Around the Kitchener net it goes. It'll come here for Dylan Edwards. Dylan Edwards avoids. Dylan Edwards able to find some ice now for McNeil. McNeil wrapped up there by Garden. McNeil, can he get away from it? He can. Just got enough of that puck out on the wing for Edwards. Dangerous pass by the Rangers into the slot. It'll come to Garden. Shot. That's blocked by McNeil. And the Rangers will regroup with Humphreys.
That's a major bailout there by the Rangers. McNeil.
As O'Reilly will just roll one in here for Christian Humphreys in the near corner in the Windsor zone.
That's as dangerous as a pass as you can make right up the middle of the ice. Almost on a platter. Served on a platter to the Spits for that latest offense opportunity.
Tanner Lamb. Nice dangles by Lamb. His pass goes off guard. Rangers will shoot it back into the Windsor end with Cameron Reed. Costanzo knocked it down. Around here for Robinson. Robinson. Couldn't get away there from Romano. Romano will glide this puck up on the wall, but it'll come for Robinson, who finds A.J. Spellacy. Spellacy, though, poked off the puck. It comes here for Jack Pridom. Pridom out on the wing for Lamb. Pridom will try, or Lamb will try to drive. Spins back for some open ice. Here's Lamb. Here's Bilecki. Bilecki, the dagger. Bilecki shot. Chance, and that puck just hopped over the pad of Costanzo, and Pridom couldn't get a piece of it. What a move by Bilecki. Just couldn't finish it off.
He started the scoring for the Rangers. Just about ended it right there.
Nervous times here on East Avenue. Pridom tries to flip it in there for Ellis. The Spitfires will knock it down. Back the other way comes Windsor. That's McLaughlin into the fray. Around. McLaughlin will try to get to it. Instead, it'll be Pixelton McKeish who whips this puck around to the near boards as Walton will try to drive. Walton. He'll get some separation. Walton at the point here for Villeneuve. Villeneuve, that shot is blocked out in front by Hayden Ellis. Walton, though, into the slot. Bouncing puck, and the Spitfires keep it in. They can. Knock it. Here's Hayden Ellis with some speed. Here's Hayden Ellis. Ellis shot blocker save made by Costanzo. Had to force that shot as Woodall was getting back, but Ellis will get it again. Here's Hayden Ellis. Gets around from Walton. Out of the pass. Picked up by Sherrod, and the Rangers can't get a clean shot on target. Back the other way comes McKeish. He'll just roll it into the near corner. Carson Campbell. He'll pick it up for the Rangers. He's got it here for Woolley. Jared Woolley with maybe the best chance in overtime between the legs. There's a save made by Costanzo. Pop right back for Connor Walton. Nesbitt lets that one go. Arquette, he throws one cross ice. The Rangers couldn't touch. They did it offside. Now Walton. Gets it here for Liam Greenree. 6:03 left to go in overtime. Greenree tried to do it himself, take it off the puck. Tried to hit the stretch pass there with the Rangers, and that puck popped out of play.
We get a bit of a breather now all of a sudden. Before the latest Hayden Ellis chance, we had Alexander Bilecki, the Rangers defenseman, getting a feed yet again. And who else but Tanner Lamb to set up his defenseman, creeping in from the point. What a move there. Keeping on his forehand, then electing to go to his backhand, trying to float it over Costanzo, and just missed the net. And we got a timeout on the ice as well for an extra breather.
for both the players and the broadcasters, as that was some glorious chances for Kitchener. Jared Woolley parked right in front of the crease, went between the legs, just couldn't lift it over the blocker or glove of Joey Costanzo, and then that glorious chance we had seen from Alexander Bilecki.
And it's Hayden Ellis, who's one of the hottest Rangers as well. Five-game point streak coming into this one, with 6 points in that span, including a 2-goal game in the series opener against the Sioux last round, and nearly had the winner there. That would have set the odd into a frenzy. Now with 5:57 to go, as face-off coming just outside the Rangers' blue line.
Shots favor the Rangers 7-3 here in overtime. And the Rangers will win this face-off. Campbell for Humphreys. Humphreys will roll one back into the Windsor end as O'Reilly will try to give chase. Rock finishes that check off on Woodall. Fibiger. Good work by him. That puck will go cross the ice. Can Reed get to it? No. As the Spitfires will roll it back into the Kitchener end, where Carson Campbell will get it for Dylan Edwards. Edwards backhands it onto the tape of Carson Campbell. Now it's Humphreys, nice feed, out for O'Reilly. O'Reilly will just roll it out on the far side in the Windsor zone. As Woodall, he gets taken down behind the play. There was Edwards, couldn't get a hold of the puck. Spellacy. His pass at the point, that puck gets deflected in the Kitchener bench for a whistle with 5:17 left in the first overtime.
A nice one-touch pass there by O'Reilly along the far sideboards, and just even gaining the zone there, it gave the Rangers a bit of a breath there and allowed them to do a bit of chip and chase in the Windsor Spitfires zone, and at the very least they're going to get now a draw to the right of Joey Costanzo. And again, credit the Rangers, there hasn't been much sustained offensive zone pressure that they've allowed in this hockey game.
Romano won the faceoff. It popped up. Can I come back for Romano? It will. Romano did have the overtime winner in Game 3 against Saginaw. That puck just goes wide. Pridom will pick it up. On the far wing, Pridom, he'll backhand one into the near corner, off for Tanner Lamb. As Lamb will wait, looks for Pridom. Pridom backhand out in front for Romano. That puck just went wide. Maybe Costanzo got a piece of it. As Romano throws it in behind the Windsor net, Kennedy was able to pick it up, and the Spitfires will head up ice this time with Cole Davis. Davis over the line, dropped it back, shot, that puck flipped and tipped by Robinson, but over the Kitchener net. As Davis, he throws one through, another high shot that goes wide. It'll bounce there for Woolley. McLaughlin to the point. Shot blockered away there by Kirsch. Come here for Woolley as Pridom will get it and flip it out. Glove down though by Villeneuve. Villeneuve kept it in the Kitchener, but only for a moment at least, maybe, as Andonowski will pick this up and he'll finally get a good clear for the Rangers.
They'll go for icing though.
And it will. Icing with 4:15 now left in the first overtime.
Might have rushed that just a little bit. So they'll go the length of the ice back into the Rangers zone. And they'll be unable to change. And kind of a chaotic sequence there as Kirsch had to make a few unorthodox saves, trying to see through the traffic, as we're going to have a timeout called by UC Hocus and the Rangers now with 4:15 to go in the first overtime.
Extra bit of a breather for the guys, but you want to draw up some good strategies. That was some good chances by Windsor, some good tips that just went high and over the Kitchener net.
And you mentioned Cole Davis's name a few times. Already one OT winner, as I mentioned at the start of the extra period, and would have been really the biggest one of the season right there. Let's get a look at that Rangers group at the bench. They've gotten their marching orders, as they'll need another big face-off win here, and that's why they got number 23 out there right now, leading the way to do just that.
Yeah, Sam O'Reilly for the Kitchener Rangers, 14 of 29 in the face-off circle here this evening in game number 1 of the Western Conference Finals against Jack Nesbitt, who 8 of 17 himself. Not, numbers not to sneeze at.
Both just slightly under 50% in a success rate.
But Nesbitt though wins it. Shot from the point, that's blocked. It's got it back to the Spitfires. Here's the Greenree shot, that's blocked. And it'll come to Matt Andonowski. Andonowski out on the wing for Humphreys. He's got O'Reilly going to the net. He's also got Edwards with him. So O'Reilly looking for Edwards shot. Couldn't get a clean shot away as once again Costanzo was sprawled out.
That puck was behind him, had to drag it over for a potential shot. Just couldn't do it in the tight quarters there in front of the net.
Nesbitt for Cristoforo. Carson Campbell will get to it first. Nesbitt lays the body on him. Rangers will dig it free with Dylan Edwards. Edwards for O'Reilly. Now to Humphreys. Humphreys will wait for some vision. What is Christian Humphreys going to do? He's going to lose control of the puck, and Cristoforo will flip it out, but to center ice where Carson Campbell gloved it down. Out for Dylan Edwards. Here for Hayden Ellis. Ellis taking off the puck just as he got inside the Windsor end. Carson Campbell will get to this puck. Come for Cameron Reed. Will throw it off the wall. Here for Dylan Edwards. Edwards back for Carson Campbell. And around for Cameron Reed. As the Rangers want to get going off here for Edwards. Couldn't set on his stick as clean as he would like. Hayden Ellis tried to send it back around, but Harvey's got it. That turned over almost into the Windsor crease, but the Spitfires clean it up. Up ice goes Woodall. Out for Harvey. Harvey, he'll try to cut into the slot. Harvey will throw one through, hit some bodies in front. Wise to it was Cameron Arquette, but Woodall will get it back for the Spitfires. Woodall spins around. That puck goes off some Ranger skates. Woodall will get it again. He'll stop and change direction. Woodall from a sharp angle, pad save made by Kirsch. As the Rangers will corral this puck. Stick up high to the face there of Sherrod. And there's a penalty coming up to the Spitfires with 2:25 left to go in the first overtime.
I know the officials don't be calling a penalty in overtime, but there's no way you can't not make that call.
Rangers Wise trying to eat up as much time as well and start this rush out here with Pridom. It's Pridom over the line. He gets it for Tanner Lamb, and Lamb avoids. And that puck will come here for Villeneuve, and he'll touch up, and Kitchener will get a power play with 2 minutes exactly left in the first overtime.
So overtime will be a power play. The remaining part of overtime will be a power play for the Rangers. And Villeneuve not in agreement at all with that call, as he just tries to lift the stick, missed completely, and the blade of the stick clearly catching Sherrod right in the cheek and jaw. And again, nothing malicious behind it, obviously, but just ill-timed, and now you'll have to time to serve in the penalty box.
It's a double minor, as there was some blood on Hayden Ellis. So a 4-minute power play here for the Kitchener Rangers in the final 2 minutes. The 2-minute warning of the first overtime. Rangers win the faceoff. As Reed here for Humphreys. Humphreys shot! Save! Somebody score! Peanut power gives the Rangers an overtime winner on the power play. The Rangers take game 1 4-3. Thank you and good night.
Oh my O'Reilly, 7 seconds into their 4-minute power play. It's O'Reilly jumping all over the loose puck. And with just 1:52 to go in overtime, it's O'Reilly sealing a Game 1 win here to begin the Western Conference Final for the Rangers.
7 seconds into that double minor power play, and the Kitchener Rangers have taken game 1. Still waiting to make this. Oh, that's official. What a game! What a series this is going to be between the Rangers and the Spitfires. Rangers had to earn this one. Joey Costanzo there, and they are going to take the iPad out here, I think, Dan.
They are bringing out the iPad, so hold the phones. Both teams standing around their respective benches.
I thought they were going to take a look at it, and I think it's on the face-off. Did Cameron Reed keep that puck in the zone and stay on side? That's what Windsor's looking at.
As they confer there at the Spitz bench. It was close. It was close, yes. And they'll get a second look at it just to make sure. But, well, as it stands right now, it's a goal for the Rangers, Sam O'Reilly.
As the call on the ice is the goal, Sam O'Reilly, an overtime winner, would put Kitchener 2-0 in overtime in the postseason. That would be O'Reilly's 11th of the postseason if it stands.
And again, the Rangers potentially making quick work of this penalty, or power play rather, and Rangers fans that haven't already left for the exits, and maybe a few doubling back right now just to make sure that they're safe to go home. All right. Here's a look, and this is going to be the great view that the officials will get as well. The face-off happening. And here we go, back to the blue line. That's Cam Reed. Well, we'll have to take another look at that. That came pretty quickly.
Yeah, we gotta
but
find
that's going to be the look that they'll be getting there in the penalty box area right now.
Well, playoff hockey here has been some dramatic things, whether it's in the NHL, where Carolina thought they had an overtime winner at one point. They did not. They eventually got the overtime winner. It was game 2 just the other night against Ottawa. And here the Kitchener Rangers think they've got a game 1 overtime win thanks to Sam O'Reilly. Here's another look. Did Cameron Reed keep this puck on side?
And a slowed down version here, frame by frame. Keep an eye on that puck. Ooh, I think he kept it.
I think he kept it too. I don't think that complete puck went out of the blue paint.
Exactly right. That's the best look right now. And Greg Walter's telling his team to come over here. Let's have a chat while they look this over.
Oh, the officials, they are taking their time. Ranger fans chanting goal, goal, trying to maybe help with the officials' view here on the iPad. I mean, it's a wise challenge here by Greg Walters and the Spitfires.
And this is going to be the slowest frame shot we have. Oh, this is perfect. And Reed, you got to give him credit. This puck not coming over to him cleanly. Oh, I don't know. There might be a lot of angry Rangers fans there, but based on that look, rewind it back, a case could be made.
Well, UC's crushing some waters right now. He's nervous. Have the Rangers stayed perfect on home ice? Or have the Windsor Spitfires taken their first loss? Or are we still going to get some more overtime where the Rangers would still have 353 of the double minor power play to work with?
All right, we're going to get the freeze frame essentially. I think right here, there's a, oh my gosh, by millimeters. To me, it looks like it just got enough of the blue line.
I think it does too.
Wow.
That is as close as you're going to get. You need irrefutable evidence to overturn it. Call on the ice is made. It's a goal! Peanut power. Sam O'Reilly is 11th of the postseason, is a game 1 overtime winner, and the Rangers are up 1-0 in this best-of-7 series thanks to Sam O'Reilly on the power play.
And it came by way of millimeters. Cam Reed, the captain, holding it just barely to allow that play to continue. As eventually Sam O'Reilly, they hero again here tonight at the Odd. And this Rangers fan base is, again, at its loudest. It's been all night, and for good reason.
Nothing for the Kitchener Rangers here in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals came easy at all. But Sam O'Reilly, thanks to some great work by their captain, Cameron Reed, kept this puck onside. And let's look at it right here. There's the feed from Reed to Humphreys. Original save by Costanzo, but the rebound right in front for Sam O'Reilly. And Peanuts on display. Peanut power indeed. Another angle here, Dan.
Absolutely. As that faceoff went back to the blue line, he had a glance over his right shoulder. He knew exactly where he was heading, where he's had the most success. Net front, and he's left completely untouched. That's what shocks me the most. No Spitfire within a foot of him. And he had every opportunity to slam that home, and he did so with relative ease.
Just took 7 seconds for the Kitchener Rangers on that double minor penalty from Nathan Villeneuve, and Sam O'Reilly cashes in, and the Rangers take game one of this best-of-7 series over the Windsor Spitfires 4-3. As you look at the shots on goal here, Dan, overtime was as tight as that third period was.
8-5, the Rangers with the advantage in that bonus period, 30-23 overall.
Let's take a look here at the 3 stars, Dan, as they're already rolling out the red carpet. Here they are.
The game winner, Sam O'Reilly, of course, a great selection for the first star. Humphreys with his 3-point night, 3 apples for him. Cristoforo got the scoring start here tonight within seconds of puck drop.
Well, everyone, breathe a sigh of relief as the Kitchener Rangers bend but do not break. They still remain perfect here at the Memorial Auditorium as they take game one of the Western Conference Finals over the Windsor Spitfires 4-3 in overtime. We will take a break and be back with some press conferences and post-game coverage. You're watching Hefner, Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV.
I love being a champ. I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities. I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me. It's your donations that make the Warham's CHAMP program possible. Thank you.
I don't care what the law is. I will never be a slave. That word, I hate it. It rests on my tongue like rot.
Peter, how does it feel to get paid for your work?
There are rumors Freedom's coming for us all.
Freedom, you know that's all I want.
Chloe, careful. Vrooman would rather sell you across the river to America than let you go free.
Then I'll run.
I've run before. Maybe this time for good.
Just get her into the boat. No!
Chloe! Chloe, no!
Word of Chloe Cooley's resistance led to Canada's first legislation limiting slavery. After 200 years, slavery was abolished in Canada in 1834.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back inside the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium as the Kitchener Rangers, they take game one of the Western Conference Finals between the Windsor Spitfires 4-3 in overtime. Dan, we knew this would be a very competitive series, a very even series, and that this game number one really proved it, but the Kitchener Rangers, they capitalized on a 4-minute double minor penalty against Nathan Villeneuve. Just took Sam O'Reilly 7 seconds to get the game-winning goal. But let's take a look at the highlights here of all 7 goals that were scored in what was a thrilling game number one here between Windsor and the Kitchener Rangers, and it was just took 47 seconds for the Spitfires to start the scoring here in the Western Conference Finals.
And it was Cristoforo on the doorstep, slamming it home after the rebound was given up by Christian Kirsch. Fans were still just settling into their seats under a minute into the game, but as the Rangers did in Game 5 against the Sioux, the quick response within 3 minutes. Alex Bilecki, the defenseman, getting a nice setup pass from Andrew Vermeulen.
And then here the Rangers, they take their first lead of the Western Conference Finals. An Andonowski bomb goes off of Dylan Edwards, and the reigning OHL Player of the Week keeps his hot streak going. He gives Kitchener a 2-1 lead. But the Windsor Spitfires, they would not back down here as this great effort by Cole Davis is eventually capitalized on by Nathan Villeneuve. No chance there for Christian Kirch. We're tied at 2 after a period of play, Dan.
Just his second goal of these playoffs, the first since Game 1 of Round 1.
And then AJ Spelsey lays a good hit, gives some open ice there for Jack Nesbitt, who buries one top shelf. and the Spitfires regain the lead here in game number 1. But the Rangers, they would not break. A power play goal here for Jack Pridom. Denied once, gets his first of the postseason there, flipping it top shelf of the outstretched Costanza.
10 points coming into this one, sitting in the tie on team lead. And it gets his first, as you said, in the first 9 playoff games this postseason for the Rangers.
Third period was scoreless, but here it is, the game-winning goal. Cameron Reed just kept that puck onside. Christian Humphreys the shot, Costanzo the save, O'Reilly on the doorstep, and of course, who else would it be but Sam O'Reilly? His 11th of the postseason gives the Kitchener Rangers an overtime victory on the power play. A 4-3 win as the Rangers, they take game number 1 here against the Windsor Spitfires. And there you see the box score. Christian Humphreys, second star honors with 3 assists. A great game there for Christian Humphreys. 2-point night for Sam O'Reilly. Christian Kirsch, 20 big saves as well. And you see Anthony Christopher, he was named third star honors with a great game overall and getting the scoring started just 47 seconds in. But what a game here, Dan, where both teams showed that they can really match each other. Even they're so evenly matched. Overtime was really, biting nails. It looked like we may be getting to a double overtime before Nathan Villeneuve's stick goes a little high, cuts Hayden Ellis a double minor, and just 7 seconds later, the Kitchener Rangers on the power play would get the win with Sam O'Reilly. Who else but Sam O'Reilly, Dan?
Well, the stick lift attempt on Ben Sherrod, and ultimately, it does turn into the power play advantage. Sam O'Reilly with 3 overtime winners in the regular season. You're right, who else? Well, why not? The team's leader in that category, picking up the game winner, going to the front of the net. We saw it with regularity in the Saginaw series. Again, against the Sioux, he loves going to the high percentage scoring areas, and credit Cam Reed, the Rangers captain, doing just enough to keep the puck in on a play on a puck that was bouncing just a little bit on him, but some good soft hands. We went frame by frame, just as the officials did in the penalty box, kind of delaying the celebrations momentarily, some tense times, but eventually the odd went into a frenzy, celebrating that 4th all-important game winner here tonight.
Well, it was a good challenge there by Greg Walters in the Windsor Spitfires because, that puck was literally millimeters away from going completely over the blue line. We'd still be playing overtime hockey here at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium, but Cam Reed shows why he's the captain, why he's so sure-handed. Just kept that puck onside enough, able to find Humphreys for the original shot, and then O'Reilly finishes it off. And this power play, especially here, you mentioned it in the broadcast, Dan, this power play for the Kitchener Rangers at home is just deadly. You can't give the Kitchener Rangers that opportunity in overtime.
5 for 8 on the power play at home coming into this one, and another tally again here tonight, obviously the all-important one. And they just, again, keep things simple on the power play. Clean face-off wins, they set up and don't allow teams to get settled in whatever defensive system that they have, and that makes life miserable for opposing netminders. It did there for Costanzo, as I mentioned again. You saw it clearly. Sam O'Reilly was left on the doorstep without a Windsor Spitfire in the vicinity, at least within a foot of him, to at least put a body on him and make that chance a little more difficult.
Well, the Kitchener Rangers, this is a very resilient group. They gave up a goal 47 seconds in here against a very good Windsor Spitfires team. Some teams, maybe that would have just been maybe a staggering blow that took the wind out of their sails. This team finds a way to respond quickly. A goal 4 minutes later. They give up a late goal in the first period. They tie the game with 11 seconds left in the second period thanks to Jack Pridom. Just talk about the maturity and the resilience of this Kitchener Rangers group. That's a great quality to have the rest of the way through.
They've proven since, I'd say, Christmas or even just the start of the new year, they've been a model of consistency. They follow a game plan to a T. They get behind the 8 ball. They're not going to sit back, and they're going to go after it, grab the bull by the horns, as the adage goes. And we saw again here tonight. They get down early. They don't sit around waiting for opportunities to take the attack right to the opposition. And this is the Windsor Spitfire team. And remember that many had predicted would win the Western Conference, and they're certainly right there with the Rangers toe for toe from a on-ice product as well as from the standings perspective. So talk about consistency. The Rangers have been probably one of the, if not the most consistent team in the Ontario Hockey League. Otherwise, it could very well be the Windsor Spitfires with home ice advantage in this Western Conference final.
Well, I know we're going to hear from Greg Walters and a player from the Windsor Spitfires. Not sure who that is. I know that press conference is going to be coming at you momentarily, but if you're the Windsor Spitfires, Dan, this is a crushing loss. Your first loss here in the postseason. It's not really, let's say, it doesn't really determine the series, but how they respond Sunday evening in Game 2, I think, will really be a big tale of this story. First real piece of resilience the Spitfires team has to face in the postseason.
Absolutely. And, the argument's been made, maybe they had a little easier in the first couple rounds and didn't face, and because of not facing as much adversity, they might not be as battle-tested. Well, this is still a very good Windsor team, well-coached, a veteran squad, all around, just a well-rounded hockey club, and you know they're going to rebound from this. And considering how close this game was, it came within millimeters really in this one too, from going either way. But it sounds like we're all set to go to the press conference, so we'll throw it to the Don Cameron media room.
Live from the Don Cameron Media Room with postgame coverage of Game 1 of the Western Conference Championship Series presented by Nissan. Kitchener Rangers 4-3 winners in overtime tonight, joined by Windsor Spitfires head coach Greg Walters along with veteran Anthony Cristoforo. Coach, overtime hockey in the playoffs about as close as it gets. Maybe you can just give us your thoughts in the aftermath there.
Yeah, just discipline obviously cost us there. And we got 2 power play goals, and we didn't manage the puck well enough. Second period, I think they had 2 shots on net before they got their power play and their 5-on-3, and then the third we just mismanaged the puck, and then obviously the penalties hurt us.
Anthony, maybe just a word on the play of your goaltender tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was great. He made some big saves for us when we needed it. And I mean, he's been like that the whole year, so I mean, we expect that, and we're lucky to have him back there.
Sean, you want to start?
Sure, Coach. This was 4 periods of intense hockey with 2 great hockey teams. Why are these 2 teams so evenly matched?
Just, I think all the players have bought in. Obviously, I think we're after 2. Like I said before, the power plays, I think it was 12 shots on net. Like, it's defense first, and you got to execute when there's breakdowns, and we got to stay disciplined. But they're well coached. They play hard. They play to their system, and it was obviously a great hockey game.
Coach, what positives do you want to see your team carry over into the next game?
Obviously coming in and playing a real good road game, right? We're 1 shot away at the end of the day, and got to find a way to create some more offense.
Coach, when you start off on the road, is there a little bit different of a strategy? You've been on home ice the first 2 series here. Is there anything changing here when you come in to a road game and the way you kind of want to take the game over?
No, we want to dictate the pace. Like I said, they know how we play, we know how they play, and it comes down to battling and making the right plays at the right time and staying disciplined. And unfortunately, we took some penalties that cost us.
Anthony, when you get into a game like that goes to overtime, and a lot of guys don't have a lot of gas left, and you're running every other shift, it feels like how does the emotion and the adrenaline and everything keep you going there for basically 4 periods of very intense hockey?
I mean, it's conference final 14. I mean, that's expected to have energy. Obviously, overtime you're gonna be tired, but I mean, you're so close. Like we were tonight, 1 shot away, and I mean, we battle for the guy next to you. I think that's the biggest thing, and when you have that, you find energy.
Coach, what did you think of the game, and what did you see on that?
Our video went down, imagine that. But our video guy had the puck turning on end off the draw there and coming out. So obviously,
what was it like to lose that? Do you feel like you got jobbed on that call, or
no? I haven't seen it since, but the league, obviously went through everybody, and we trust them.
Tough way to lose. What do you say to your guys after a loss like that? It was so tight, and then to lose that way.
Yeah, just sport hockey, man. We didn't coming into the out. They got a great team, and we knew it was going to be a battle. We didn't expect to sweep them. That's for sure.
Is it? Obviously, it's only good losing, but going through some adversity and being able to battle backwards, is that some sort of a positive in this? That you guys are facing some adversity kind of for the first time?
Yeah, for sure. But our team's been together. We've faced adversity. We first faced a lot of adversity down the stretch. We had a bunch of guys out, and we were 15-1-1-1 before this game going down the stretch. So we know how to win tight games, and unfortunately, Kitch got this one tonight.
Anthony, just can you tell me how the atmosphere of this series compares to the other 2 you've been in so far? I know it's only been 1 game.
I mean, both rinks are going to be crazy. I mean, tonight was obviously a good atmosphere, and we know our home games, it's going to be great. And I mean, like I said earlier, it's Final Four teams, it's battle for the West, and I mean, you're so close. So the atmosphere is great, and I mean, us players, we love it. Thank you very much. Thanks.
We'll be right back with the Kitchener Rangers.
Well, there you heard the post-game press conference there with Greg Walters, the head coach of the Windsor Spitfires, and Anthony Cristoforo of the Windsor Spitfires, who was the third star of tonight's game. And you heard Greg Walters say, you know, their video review, they thought that puck was on edge, that Cameron Reed was trying to able to tone it down and keep it in the blue line. Windsor thinks it didn't go, but they trust the OHL and the officiating that's a good goal. They also realize this is a tough Rangers team. They weren't going to sweep this Rangers team, Dan.
Yeah, you have to appreciate the respect, obviously the Spitfires do have for the Kitchener Rangers, and I'm sure that's mutual on the other end, as we're going to be hearing from the Rangers, UC Hocus, and a player as well coming in. I would assume it would likely be Sam O'Reilly, if not Christian Humphreys. Again, a 3-point night for him, the 4th multi-point game of his postseason, the Colorado Avalanche prospect. This one a bit of a quiet way, I'd say, again here tonight, but he just piles up the points, and he's, again, a model of consistency so far in his postseason, as he has been through the regular season, too.
Yes, as we wait for UC Hocus and the Kitchener Rangers, we are ready, actually, so let's take you back to the Don Cameron Media Room for the Kitchener Rangers portion of this Western Conference Championship press conference.
Back with more post-game coverage of Game 1 of the Western Conference Championship Series presented by Nissan, joined by Kitchener Rangers head coach UC Hocus, along with overtime hero Sam O'Reilly. Sam, I know you've scored some big goals in your career, but that feeling still has to be pretty good.
Yeah, obviously Game 1 to kick it off with a win. It's pretty good down at home, and just got to keep it going.
Coach, quite a hockey game, back and forth, a lot of transition. How did you feel about your team's overall effort?
These games are hard. All in all, I thought we created a lot of chances, defended pretty well, but they battle hard, and it's always it's now the series started, and good thing we got the first win, but it'll be even tougher on Sunday, and we have to just keep getting better.
Coach, were you concerned during the review, or were you on the bench? Did you were pretty sure that was a good goal?
I saw it, and actually I went to our coach's room already, and we had this video there, and we knew it was in, so there was a good call, so I wasn't worried.
This was an extremely physical game. How is this pace of play going to be sustainable for a 7-game series potentially?
I think both teams had a good rest, 7 and 8 days, and that's what we've been practicing the whole year, so it's playoffs, and I think it'll continue like this, and that's playoff hockey, and it's physical, and it's all the players all love it. That's why it's the best hockey always at the spring.
Coach, what deep pairing or line did you feel like gave you the most momentum in tonight's high-pressure game?
No, I thought our deep pair did really well. I think everyone like Andonowski, Willie, they play hard defensive game. Reader, Campbell, they defend hard, but Reader can break out pucks. He does a lot of good things in the O-zone, but all in all, I thought like Becky, young boy, they're working well, breaking out pucks well, and McNeil, a warrior. So I thought all our 60, they did a great job.
Lucy, can you tell me what it was like as a staff while you were waiting for, it seemed like a couple minutes for them to review the call, and even though you saw what you saw, you don't know what they're going to decide. What's going through your head, and sort of what time?
No, it's whatever the call is, you just need to keep going, and that's how we address it, and you just move on, and whatever the call is. But I was so sure, because we had video that the puck never went over the line, so the referees made a great call, so I trust the refereeing that, and we had one of the best linesmen in the league, I think, today, so that was a good thing. We knew that too, so we knew it's going to be a right call.
So from a player's perspective, what's it like that you go this high of scoring this goal, celebrating to, like Jeopardy time, waiting to find out what the answer is going to be? What's that like as a player?
I think you just got to stay even, and either way it goes, you just got to keep going. So either or, we have confidence in
go into the rest of that game. So it was good count.
You touched on the game. Can you just describe what did you see and sort of what the emotions going through you after you went in and you realized you had finished the game?
Yeah, it was a good sift around and just got to the front of that and I got a stick on him and got a good bounce in front and I'm lucky enough to put it in. So.
And we heard about how these two teams are very similar. How did this series compare to the ones you played, and what was it like playing against Windsor?
I mean, whenever you get to this stage in the year, I think every game's going to be a battle. So they got a good team over there, and we just got to keep getting better.
Okay, thanks very much. As I pass this over to Brandon, just a quick question for Sam. Is the silver lining on it with you like that you get to enjoy an overtime winner twice instead of just once?
Yeah, either or. Feels good, so good to come up with one.
Coach, you go from Jackson Parsons and how great it was for you last season. Talk about the impact of Christian Kirsch and keeping you in this game, being able to get you that victory. What he's meant to this team this year after taking over for Jackson, not an easy thing to do.
No, I thought he's been really solid for us the whole year. And he plays well. He's a big goalie. His angles are real good. Jordan Nicole's done a great job goalie coaching, but he works hard and I think every night he gives us a chance to win. So yeah, happy on our goaltending, and of course Jackson Parsons was great. But I don't want to talk about last year. It's a new year, and I think we've done a great job. Jordan's done a great job with him, and I think Hershey, all in all, he's improved the whole time he's been here. So, yeah, happy how he played.
Sam, you got pretty used to playing in the Western Conference Final 3-4 years. That's really here. Are you sort of just numb to the feeling of it's playing in these big games right now?
Yeah, I think that's what we played for. So it's pretty easy to get excited for it and get yourself going. So. We're fortunate to have the team that we have, and we gotta use the opportunity to, play the way we play and keep going forward.
Lastly, I asked you back at the junior camp when you guys played the Pregame here, that it was weird for you being cheered here by the Rangers faithful. You've been here for 4 months now. How much does Kitchener sort of feel like home? Does it finally feel right to be cheered by these fans at the end?
Yeah, they come out and support us every night. So, especially playoffs, they kind of amp it up a bit here. So. You hear when we score every goal and whatever hit or nice play, so it's good to have them on our side, and just looking forward to game 2.
The series continues back here Sunday night at the Odd. Thank you.
Well, that concludes the Kitchener Rangers portion of this post-game press conference after a thrilling game number 1 where the Kitchener Rangers took a 4-3 overtime win thanks to Sam O'Reilly, who's really just become Mr. Clutch here. He's kind of made a living playing now in these Western Conference Finals, and he, of course, gets the game-winning goal here for the Rangers in game number 1 in overtime.
Yeah, a bit of a ho-hum reaction to him. He said he was excited, a bit more, maybe calmer there in that post-game press conference, but absolutely, he's become a very clutch player, and you kind of expect that from a former captain with the Knights, now with the Rangers, and boy, what addition he's been, and certainly a big difference maker for the Blue Shirts.
And I know everyone wants to be like, oh, Sam, it's still you, weird getting shit. Sam O'Reilly's a Kitchener Ranger. Sam O'Reilly has become adored by Ranger fans, our town. He is a part as much of the Kitchener community as much as he was with London. He's a Kitchener Ranger right now. You can see how focused he is about it. He's not thinking about the past. His time is wearing those green jerseys. He's all about wearing that East Avenue blue right now, locked in. He is so determined. He's got that winning culture in him, and he's right now. He gave Kitchener the Game 1 win here tonight.
He's in the home stretch of his OHL career right now, and he wants to cap this off much like he did last year with the Memorial Cup Championship. So, yeah, he's focused on the task at hand, and boy, is he dialed in.
He's dialed in, he's locked in, and he gives the Kitchener Rangers a Game 1 overtime victory here, Dan, over the Windsor Spitfires 4-3. And if Game 1 is any indication of what this series is going to be like, buckle up Sunday night, because Game 2 is going to be an absolute banger here at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. So that'll do it for us for coverage here of game number 1 for our entire Rogers TV crew, for our host down at Ice Level, Sean Farfar, for my broadcast partner, Dan Polishuk. I'm Jason Hagholm. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all Sunday evening for Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals.
The following program was provided by a valued member of our local community. Rogers TV is proud to support local producers and share local voices, ideas, and opinions. For more information, please visit our website.